Hey guys, you want to play some games?
Hello everyone. Welcome to the end of the year, 2019 Pixel Pub's podcast of lists.
End of the decade. Lexicon. Pixel Pub Lexicon of the year.
What?
I wrote down here, Pixel Pub's list of 2019, no rules, just lists. No rules, just lists.
As random as we want them.
As random as we want to be, because I think I've said this several times on the podcast, we are adults with jobs.
Mm-hmm.
We do this for fun, so obviously we can't have a full-on game of the year discussion like, well, what did you think about blah, 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 and like everyone's played it and beat it and we can talk about it in detail. That's not going to happen.
Mm-mm.
Nope.
And you know what else is boring and stupid?
What?
All us coming up, these are my top 10 games of the year, and we talk about those. Like, fuck that shit. I don't even think I beat 10 games this year.
What if that's one of our lists?
That's true.
What if that's one of our lists, but it's 5 instead of 10?
That's why.
You said no rules.
No rules. The one rule is that you couldn't have just one list of that. You had to have a bunch of lists of
Mine are random.
varying things.
I'll say mine are very Shelby.
Mine are very Kathy Brown.
Mine will totally not be negative at all.
Mine are all bullshit. But I think it will result in some fun. So these lists are going to be mostly surprises. I sent a Snapchat to YouTube, like kind of what I was thinking of when I originally had the idea. I wrote down 2 lists, just random stuff. But yeah, this is going to be all over the place. What y'all doing? You want to share that with
We're
class?
Snapchatting.
God damn.
Do I have to take your phone, Kathy Brown?
I needed to look at my list.
Kathy wanted to do this early so she didn't fall asleep. 2 minutes in, she's already looking at her phone.
Okay. My top favorite moment of the year for Pixel Pub podcast. Like our Pixel Pub podcast.
Every single one where she falls asleep?
No. There's a specific clip. I don't remember which podcast it's from.
It's like the second or third.
And it may be the second or third podcast. And it was at your old house and she was sitting on the floor and she was playing on her phone and you could just hear you take the phone away from her and throw it on the chair. And
I was pissed.
And she said, "You took my phone away like I'm a goddamn child." And it's just the way that she said it. It's my
I was
favorite moment.
pissed. You better not take my
Put the phone away.
I'm busy
It's time to be focused.
snapping about the podcast.
Who
I'm
you listening to?
marketing.
So
The
people
marketing
understand
department.
Your sister ain't going to listen to this.
Whatever, it
Speaking
should
of,
be amusing.
follow us on Instagram, Pixel Pub Podcast.
See, we're just
We
doing our
updated
job.
it, sort of.
We're just doing our
I'm
job.
the only person that
Ain't doing the job. Alright. So, since this whole dumbass idea was my idea, I think I'll start.
sounds good.
So, I also should say, this is going to be kind of a round robin type thing. So I'll do a list, Kathy will do a list,
Oh, okay.
Shelby will do this, Josh will do a list, and
Okay.
we'll keep going around.
As it dwindles.
Oh, that's good, because then not one of us is talking too long.
Yeah.
I like that.
Kathy's face was just so facetious.
You don't make no damn sense. Alright, you ready?
Yes.
These are the top 4 meals that I have cooked in 2019.
From your perspective.
From my perspective, yes, this is my list. I
Okay.
didn't talk to y'all. What do
I
y'all
just
think,
want
huh?
people to understand what the list is about.
No, this is my
And the perspective.
Look, it says
On the
Andy's 2019 list! Exclamation point! I wrote that. This is my list.
So are these new recipes, old recipes,
This is
just
done.
your favorite
Just
things?
stuff I cooked this year
Okay.
that I enjoyed. Number 4, barbecue chicken. Guess what, guys? The grill is back. We went like 2 years without a grill, and
We didn't. We can't talk about the grill.
yes,
'cause
the
I
grill
just get
situation is
pissed.
tragic. It's so tragic.
I almost blew my eyebrows off last year.
He did.
With the grill.
With the grill.
Well, ours was like, it was a birthday present. It completely fell apart. It
Two
was
new grills. 2 new grills.
one.
There were 2 new grills.
No, the other one was my dad's grill that was stolen. You don't know what I'm talking about. But the new grill did fall apart. But this year, I broke down and bought a cheap old charcoal grill over the summer, and I cooked about every single weekend up until the beginning of November.
Can I tell you
On the
something?
grill. What?
I don't like it when you cook barbecue chicken.
I don't give a damn. I love my barbecue chicken. shit is life changing. The year of the grill has returned.
I am excited about returning the grill.
Yes. Number 3, chicken noodle soup. So,
Oh, that was your video.
that was a chicken tortilla soup.
Oh, damn.
My chicken noodle soup is very, very basic.
It's classic
Yes, it's very
simple.
But while we were in our temporary home, before we got this house, we're recording a new house, by the way. I made some chicken noodle soup, and for some reason, I just decided to add Parmesan cheese, like the kind you put on spaghetti, like little pellets or whatever, little crumbly shit, and it fucking changed the game. It was goddamn delicious.
It's that salty bite of the Parmesan.
It was, it did it for me.
Is this the chicken noodle soup you made when my family was here?
Yeah, but I don't think I put in the Parmesan cheese. I made a bigger batch that time. The batch I made at our temporary home was much smaller.
Well, I love soup.
So, number 2.
Soup is my favorite food.
Irish beef stew. So I tried to make this earlier in the year following a recipe from the subreddit GIF recipes. Have y'all seen that?
No.
Where they just run through a recipe in an animated GIF and it's really quick. So the gist of this Irish beef stew is it's just beef stew, except you make your own biscuits, put it on top of the stew in a pan, and you bake it, and the biscuits will cook on top of the stew, and you eat it that way. And I fucking suck at making any type of flour baked anything. And the first time I made it didn't turn out right. But a couple weeks ago, I made it here, and I just said, fuck it, I'm buying the Red Lobster Cheddar Bay biscuit mix at the grocery store.
There you go.
Made those and throw it on top. Mwah, fucking delicious.
It was good.
Yes, it was really good. Nice hearty meal for the cold months. Okay, y'all ready for number 1? Can you hear my drum roll?
Yeah.
Smoked fucking turkey. I smoked a turkey, y'all.
And it was
It's
amazing.
fucking insane.
Is that for Thanksgiving?
No, it was, we had a Christmas thing with some friends, and I was just like, I have this turkey. I'm gonna fucking smoke the shit out of it. And I did.
He was up at like 7:30 smoking this turkey.
Yeah, I put it on the grill at 7. It took 8 hours to smoke it.
Oh
And
my gosh.
It was so juicy.
and I brined it for 36
flavorful.
hours before that.
Mm.
And
It's commitment.
yeah.
It
and
touched the soul.
It was juicy. It was smoky. Like literally, I think the smoke smell from my car just went away from us transporting.
Oh
to the
my
house.
God. It smelled
It smelled like a campfire.
his car for days.
Yes. So that's number 1. I'm going to do that again very soon because despite the long time it took to do, it wasn't that hard.
And it
I
was
would do it
worth it.
again. It was very much worth it.
It was good.
So that's my first list. I'm moving on to category now.
What? I'm next?
Yes, you're next.
I thought you were going to go the other way.
Counterclockwise for me.
Hold on, I got to look my list back up. 1 second. Okay. Mine is top beers of 2019.
Oh, God.
Okay. This was an easy list to make. So, it was really hard to put them in order. Number 5, the Leinenkugel Vanilla Snowdrift Porter.
Yes, it's a vanilla porter. It's really good.
Would I like that beer?
It's heavy. It's
Damn it.
It is hints of cocoa, coffee, and caramel.
she was on websites like looking it
Why
up.
wouldn't I
Brought
like that?
out by roasted malts and aged on real vanilla.
They're very. It's like, do you like black coffee type of thing? Like that's probably what that's the best I could pair it
Might
a
have
porter
found a
to.
beer that I might like.
It's good. Man, these got some really attractive names. I have a feeling this isn't going to be the only one that you're attracted to. There are lots of great beers in this world, but this is this is one that spoke to my soul. So number 4, Double Barley Brewing Thrilla and Vanilla Porter. It's typically on tap at the Bayou, so
Yeah, you can find it in 4-packs too.
you
And
can
at
find it
the
in
Bayou.
4-pack. I don't normally buy it because it's kind of more on the expensive side.
Yeah, it's
but
just $10 for a 4-pack. I saw some today.
to
How much
me,
is it for like a pint or like a glass?
I'm guessing $5.
I can't remember how much it is at the Bayou. I'm just thrilled because you don't really see Thrilla and Vanilla on tap many places.
You don't see a lot of vanilla porters on tap. Period.
Yeah, that's true. So, beers on tap are the best. Beers in glass bottles or in a glass are second best, and beers in the can are just, they need to be poured in a glass.
They might as well be dog shit to you.
Mm-hmm.
Kathy is a beer snob. Y'all can figure
I
that out.
am. So, number 3. I only had one sip of this beer and it changed my life, y'all. Samuel Smith Organic Chocolate Stout.
Yes.
Gently roasted organic chocolate malts and real organic cocoa. Andy sent me on a mission last week to go find all the chocolate beers
Yeah, I had to have a chocolate beer before Christmas or Christmas. I had to have a chocolate
at
beer.
this bottle shop. I curated an amazing selection. A 6-pack of like, some were chocolate and some were like chocolate peanut butter mix. So it was good, and I have been thinking about it ever since.
They make a good banana bread beer too.
Yes, that's gonna have to
Maybe
happen.
that's what I just need Kathy to do is like go to one of those like fancy
I just don't think you
brewery
like beer.
little
And
places
you'll
that
never
have
like
like
beer.
beer. Well, I'm trying.
My
She's
thing,
gonna give you a double IPA, and you're like, ooh.
my thing is like these sound sweet, but they're really
not sweet.
they're not sweet. And I know you like sweet stuff.
They're not sweet. at
Like,
all.
it's the smallest hint of flavor compared to what you drink anyway.
I can't have cilantro, and you're just never gonna like beer.
At least I'm trying to like beer.
I think if
You
you
genetically
keep,
can't
look,
like cilantro.
Shelby, if you keep trying, it will happen.
We
It
have a,
will happen.
It's
Is,
just so
is
hard.
It
is the
is.
beer in the fridge on the list?
Yes.
It is. Okay, read that one. Is that one?
I can't. Because that's number 1. I ain't done
Okay.
number 2 yet.
You could try that one for me.
Okay.
Yeah. Number 2, Highland Brewing Company Midnight Summit.
That's,
Came in 6-pack cans, but I never actually got one of those. Vanilla complements chocolate and coffee notes for a
Yes, vanilla
smooth
coffee stout.
and comforting milk stout.
and Highland is local here in Nashville.
Oh,
I love anything from Highland Brewing Company. It doesn't even matter what kind of beer it is. I love everything that
I
they
don't
put
like
out.
IPAs.
I've started liking IPAs, and that's what I'm telling you, Shelby, is
I'm gonna learn today.
if you make the beer face so many times in a row, yes, that's the face. I was there. I made that face. I did not like beer like you.
Okay.
And I found my entry point, which happened to be like Limeritas for some reason. I can't
not
drink
even
those
beer.
now. That's disgusting as fuck.
beer.
I cannot drink that stuff now. But as soon as you find your entry point and you drink it, okay, like regularly, your taste will evolve and you will like it. And
Like
I
a Pokemon.
yes.
Oh, I was about to say like a Stockholm syndrome.
And I never thought I would like IPAs.
I
Never in
I
a
still
million
like
years.
IPAs. I drink a lot of beer. I don't like IPAs.
But I have started liking IPAs. It's true.
Maybe I'm just too basic.
None of them are on this list though, because I definitely have a favorite, as you can tell, which is stouts and porters. But anyway, I first tried this Midnight Summit in a variety pack, and now I can't find it anywhere.
Yeah, they sell them individually. It's a beer that my company carries.
Well, where is it?
I don't have
Why
it.
don't you bring me some?
I've got some country ass stores that don't sell stuff like that. So
Okay. Well, number 1 is the Southern Tier Brewing Company's Pumpkin Imperial Pumpkin Ale. Pumpkin pie in a
it's like
glass.
pumpkin pie. Yeah.
It was introduced to me by my friend Carol, who is
That tastes
also
like candy corn.
a beer snob. And so she surprises me with random little beers that she finds.
She said
And
that brewery's out of New Jersey, New York.
Jersey.
One of those.
somewhere else, but I know she found it at Costco,
Yeah.
which is in Raleigh, and we don't frequent Costco, which is why we haven't come across it. But that concludes my amazing beers of 2019 list, which I'm really excited about.
We have one bottle of that.
Yes,
pumpkin
try it.
pie.
I can only try a sip because I'm driving. Is it my turn?
It is your turn.
Why is so dumb?
Don't worry, I
It's
got
very,
some toast.
it's very.
You don't have to go with the first one. You can pick one that you want.
I'm gonna go in order
Okay.
because it's very on brand for me. Top 5 Disney World restaurants.
Do
I
it.
would have been really disappointed if you didn't have anything Disney listed.
I have
in your
2
list.
Disney lists.
I would have been very disappointed. So I'm very happy to hear this.
And I'm doing this because I love watching the Disney food vlogs. And I'm
Right.
basing this solely on the restaurants that we went to when we were on our honeymoon.
We only went to 6 of them.
Exactly.
And all 6 are on
out
the
of
list.
the 6,
Out of
These
the
are the
6,
top 5.
here are the 5.
These are the
Wait, we went to
best.
6. What was the other one?
One of them must have sucked.
We
Never
went to
mind,
that stupid Italian one.
That's on here.
Oh.
That's number 5, actually. Number 5 is Mama Melrose, which is a fancier version of Olive Garden. The food wasn't that great. The atmosphere was kind of eh.
And the dessert sucked.
And the dessert was not great.
Did it
Mama
have the lady in the tramp
Melrose.
like painting somewhere and been like eating
No, it was more...
Eating the spaghetti.
It was more eclectic Italian, like, restaurant kind of thing. It wasn't as fancy as the other places that we went to.
I think it was picked because we were going to be in that general area. We had to find something that...
Well, we were trying to find a restaurant that was close to or in the park that we were going to be in that day. Just in case.
Yeah.
Like, so we didn't have to, like, miss our reservation or anything like that. Number 4.
Shitty spaghetti.
What'd y'all eat there?
Shitty spaghetti.
Oh, yeah.
no soup, salad, and breadsticks.
It was so unmemorable. I don't even remember what we got.
I don't remember what I ordered. I'll be honest. That's why it's number 5.
Yeah.
But number 4.
You should have just said top 4.
Well, I should have. But I did 5 list of 5.
That's
So,
because she's a little OCD. Everything's got a balance.
No rules.
no rules, except my personal rules, unless it give me anxiety.
Need structure.
Number 4 is Chefs de France.
Chef de France.
Because I liked the atmosphere and I liked that I got to read a menu that was in French and I understood it because I took 4 years of French and I wanted to be able to read and communicate with the people there.
I thought I was going to beat the shit out of the waiter.
The waiter flirted with me a little too much.
That's why it wasn't number 5.
Third punch him.
Extra perks.
But
Headline.
I will say the pasta that I had there was really good and had a really good like cheese cream content, and then I had creme brulee and it was like the best creme brulee.
What'd you
And
have, Josh?
Really nice rosé wine.
I don't remember what I had either. All I remember this dude was flirting a little too much, and I was saying to myself, I'm on my fucking honeymoon. What the hell are you doing? Go home and eat your bread.
Thing is
bitch.
because I was pronouncing the foods right.
No,
It's like,
yeah.
ho, ho, ho. Mon chéri.
Number 3 is California Grill, which was on the roof area of our resort that we were staying at,
I
and
thought you were about to say California Pizza Kitchen. I was like, hell yeah.
no, and you could see Magic Kingdom from the restaurant. I had a really good steak there. It melted in your mouth. It was like the best steak I've ever had. Also had creme brulee there for my dessert. I found a new love while I was there. I never had creme brulee before. I think I had it every night for dessert.
Wow.
While we were on
Is
our
it like
honeymoon.
flan? Like a cakey jelly type? Jello type
Yes,
of thing?
but the top of it is crystallized sugar, so you break it. So instead of the flan, where it's like goopy,
Okay.
only the underneath is goopy. And had a really good wine there too. What did you have there?
I don't remember.
Oh my god.
This is why it's not Josh's list.
Yeah, it's like, I love food.
Apparently this didn't...
I
I'm not a
mean,
foodie. If I could forego eating somehow,
I
I
love
would
food.
definitely go.
Yeah, me too.
I love food. I love wine.
That's the places that me and Kathy have traveled to. I'm like, all right, let's wait for restaurants.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's.
I love food when other people cook for me. If I have to make it, I'm not interested in eating. It's an inconvenience.
I'm not a foodie at all.
Like she's literally not exaggerating. It's like
I'm not.
there are leftovers in the fridge. All you have to do is put them in the microwave. It's like whatever. I'm just grab this cookie. Like,
Yep.
So number 2 is Be Our Guest, because
I had steak there.
it looked like the inside of the goddamn castle from Beauty and the Beast.
was it that big?
It was so big.
It's big.
And we ate in the ballroom by the window. And the window, it doesn't look outside. It just has animated snow. So
Oh,
it
yeah.
looks like you're in
Makes
the
it look like
movie.
you're-
And they have different areas. They have like the West Wing where the Beast and the Enchanted Roses. They have another wing that has a different theme. I don't remember.
Did
but
you get served by a lady dressed like a teapot?
I did not. But I had the gray stuff and it was delicious.
The gray stuff. What did you say?
In Be Our Guest, it says, try the gray stuff. It's delicious.
Oh.
Don't believe me, ask the dishes. So I had the
Yeah.
gray stuff.
So what was that?
I think
What
it was a mousse.
And it was gray?
It was a gray mousse.
I
It was
can't
really
imagine
delicious.
eating gray dessert.
When you first said it, I thought you were literally eating the animal mousse. I'm like,
No, mousse is,
yeah, the chocolatey stuff.
And I had lobster a lobster pasta type dish. I remember the dessert more and like the decor and like the experience. And then number 1 is Ohana, because it was the first restaurant we ate at when we first got there, and it had really great food, and the food just keeps coming.
I kept talking about it the entire time too. I was like, this place is gonna blow your mind. It's gonna ruin the rest of the trip.
Like next time we go to Disney, like for our anniversary,
it sounds like a lot of different things.
they bring you.
You ever been to one of those restaurants
like
where
the
you have like the
brothel?
thing?
Like the Brazilian
It's a Brazilian
restaurant
steak,
where you can flip the coin over
Yep.
and they just keep bringing you food if you want. It's pretty much like that.
But
They
it's
bring you
all
all different
Hawaiian
like
type
dumplings
stuff.
and pastas and meats and I got to do a dance that I hadn't heard of since I was in middle school. In middle school, they made us perform different
The Macarena.
dances. No, it's different dances from different cultures, and I was in the group that did a Hawaiian dance called the Hukilau. And there was a guy that was singing the Hukilau, and he would ask people to come do the Hukilau dance. And I remember how to do it with the little hand movements and everything. I was like, oh, it's so fun. So
That's cool. I can't say I've ever done the Hukilau.
They have a bread pudding there that's like.
I didn't eat dessert there because I don't like.
You did try it and you said you
I
liked it.
tried it. It was all right.
It's awesome.
I'd
It's
rather-
amazing.
I rather have.
You
creme
like
brulee.
the dessert?
Yeah, it was fantastic.
Yep, but that's my top 5 Disney World restaurants.
That was
Nice.
entertaining.
And
I
maybe
enjoyed
we'll go to different restaurants when we go for
We
our
go to Ohana
anniversary.
twice.
We're gonna go to Ohana twice when we get there and then right before we leave.
it. There you go.
Cool.
See?
I'm gonna start off negative
Oh my god.
with my top 5 disappointing games I played this year.
Oh my
That is
god.
so funny.
So, number 5, because I couldn't remember enough about this, and I just remember it being not great. It's Crackdown 3.
Crackdown 3. Yeah.
Thankfully, I didn't buy it. I had Game Pass, so
My game kept freezing and crashing on me.
yeah. I had played it long enough where I just crashed. I did like a hard crash too. It was like it completely froze my Xbox One, made the weird, awful like
God.
noise,
Oh my
and then I was
God.
like, "That's it. That's done." It's completely unforgettable. It has none of the
Unforgettable.
huh.
Forget it.
Oh,
Forgettable.
unforgettable in that it kept crashing.
Yeah, well, unforgettable and it sucked major dong. But it was completely forgettable in the fact that it had no heart. It was basically just a tech demo game, and I'm disappointed in you, Microsoft.
I heard 2 was really bad or really generic as well.
I like 2, but because it felt more, I don't know, it was awful.
played the
It's
first one.
basically Saints Row 3.
Oh.
I didn't like the Saints Row game.
God, I love Saints Row 3. Oh my god, you play as a toilet.
So
Oh my, and Roddy Piper's in that game. Oh my god, Saints Row 3 is incredible.
I'm just
Saints Row
not
4 is
amused
not
by
great.
that type
so
of
this one's
humor,
going to be
I
a
don't
little
think.
controversial. Borderlands 3 is my number 4.
It's not controversial at all. No.
Yeah, it
We didn't even beat it. Like,
it was
You beat it,
uninspired.
I beat it.
The 2 little like social media idiots that were in the game were unbearable to listen to. The game fucking hurt my eyes. Like
yeah.
I have yellow
Blue
reflective or blue reflective or whatever. It just felt like my eyes were never. It's so strained watching that game because it's just the way that it was built, pixel wise. It was just not.
I had a hard
fun.
time when I first started playing it because I played it in our temporary home. It was on a very tiny television. And
Yep.
I could not see what I was shooting. Everything. If something was far away, it was just like a little dot. I'm like, okay.
Maybe we're just getting old, y'all.
It could
Well,
be.
this TV was like
Well,
18 inches or something.
I have blue reflective in my glasses. If those of y'all don't know, me and Josh wear glasses. Kathy and Andy do not. I'm
I
blind
do.
as shit.
I should, and I have glasses for the computer to
20/20
reflect
over here.
the blue light.
But I
But
wear
I mean,
gunner
if you're at
shades
a
on top of
computer
my
all the
glasses.
time, then that blue light isn't good for your eyes.
Yeah, it was just disappointing. It never felt fun. It always felt like a chore to be like, well, I gotta go back and get more fucking ammo because like this gun shoots all my ammo in a matter of seconds because
Very ammo starved.
yeah, it was not fun.
But y'all never made it to the ship, right?
Yeah,
What did we?
we made it to the ship and
Saints
we
Row.
were on the new
yeah.
planet. Like,
Yeah.
You could buy upgrades to your ammo and stuff.
Yeah, it was a grind that I wasn't willing to put forth the effort. I maybe I'll return back to it someday,
which
but
is disappointing because I don't think we've ever played a game together.
yeah, we played Sea of Thieves. I should have put that on my list somewhere. Devil May Cry 5.
On number 3.
Do you like those games? The Devil May Cry?
I've never played any of them.
Oh,
so
really?
I was like, ooh, I'm going to jump in and see what all the fuss is about.
I don't think he was prepared of how Japanese it was.
Yeah, it was a little too Japanese for my taste. Didn't...
Is that how you felt about Persona 5? Too Japanese?
That game
I don't think he even
It's just
remembers
too much.
playing it.
It's
that
just
game's
too much to
Japan
get-
on my disc.
Yeah, but it was just way too much to get into the core of a game that I didn't really care about. I don't know.
You're so American with your games.
Yeah. Devil May 5, cry, blah, blah, blah. Go fuck yourself. That's what I'm just going to end it with. I just didn't have fun.
Oh, there was only 3?
There's 2 more.
Oh, okay.
So are you going in the worst to the less worst?
Least
or
worst to
least
the
worst
most
to
worst.
the worst worst?
The-
Okay.
5.
Number
to
1
1.
is going to be my rant of the evening.
Oh, God.
Okay.
So number 2 is Kingdom Hearts 3. I don't give a fuck. That doesn't make any sense.
Look at
None of the
Shelby's
story.
face.
The story doesn't make sense. I don't want to go back and read forums
Shelby, did
full
you know
of
he was going to say
people
this?
justifying what this game was. It was garbage. I didn't follow along. It's just Disney's way of being able to fucking get you to go play in a world. It was bad. It was not fun. I think Andy can agree. It
I might have a similar list.
would
God damn it.
it
Well, I can't wait to hear it.
it got into a kami kai situation with swords, and I
like that
was pushing X like for 15 minutes.
Donald Duck as a spirit bomb is pretty cool.
Yeah, game was
Spoilers.
boring, not fun altogether. Number 1 is Jedi Fallen Order. I think the last
Yeah,
podcast
that's a shrink wrap.
the last podcast I talked about, I was like, "This is the one I'm interested in most. I can't wait." I thought I was going to get Force Unleashed. Instead, I got a shitty version of a Dark Souls game.
Yeah, it's basically Dark Souls.
Yeah, it's not good. You don't feel any... Like, in Dark Souls, you can put points in stamina or take a better hit or whatever. You just feel like a shithead for 95% of this game until the very end. And you're like, oh, okay. Now I got double jump with 2 hours left in this game. It's garbage. I know a lot of people like the game, and I think it's because they just want to tell themselves that they like the game. It's not fun.
I'm excited to play it.
It's Dark Souls light. If you want to play Dark Souls, go play a real Dark Souls game.
Well, I didn't get my Dark Souls fix out of Sekiro this year.
Yeah,
I
so
need something.
fuck you, Fallen Order. You're 0 for 2 so far, EA. Get your shit together.
God damn.
Boom. I don't know. Jedi Fallen Order really tilted me because it was just a chore to play. I wanted Force Unleashed.
He beat it, but
I think the entire time I complained. I was like,
Yeah.
why am I even continue doing this?
Yeah, I was waiting for him to quit, but never
Yeah.
did.
That was me in Kingdom Hearts.
It was not great. So that's my top 5 disappointing games of the year that I played.
All right. So this is my next list. The top 4 YouTube channels I subscribed to in 2019. You ready for this?
That's a
That
really
sounds
good one.
about right.
That's a good list.
Number 4, the Major Wrestling Figure Podcast. Have you heard of this?
No.
This is it's kind of a spin-off of WWE on YouTube had a thing called Figure It Out with Zack Ryder and Kurt Hawkins, where they just went to toy stores around the U.S. and bought toys because they're really into toys. And I fucking got addicted to that. So they started their own thing where they just basically did the exact same thing. And it's just Zack Ryder and Kurt Hawkins, two WWE jobbers, fucking going around buying toys. And I'm so addicted. They're like, look at this Ghostbusters thing. I'm like, yes, look at that Ghostbusters thing.
I do
I
get
spent
into those.
$2,000 on this. I'm like, oh my God.
I bet WWE forgets that they're on their payroll.
But
They're
they
just
don't,
like-
they don't forget, because every time you see a 24/7 title, like they go
Oh.
running out,
Yeah.
that's them. It's Kurt Hawkins, Zack Ryder are always in that.
Probably because they're off to the side and be like, hey, let's just sneak into the segment real
Yeah.
quick. They won't even know who we are.
It's like, I was on TV, Vince, pay me.
Yeah.
All right, that one's cool. Number 3 is a channel called GameSack.
Game sack.
GameSack, yes. There are 1 billion channels on YouTube about video games. Please subscribe to ours, Catholic Quiz Classes, and the Pixel Club Podcast. But this one is pretty old. We got a TV for our bedroom last year for Christmas. Kathy, you're on your phone
I
again.
am
She's
busy.
looking at her list.
I'm looking at my list.
It's distracting me.
Oh, I'm
But-
sorry.
Somehow, like the YouTube app on this TV found this channel, and I just started watching it. And I really like it because it's one of the few YouTube channels that they talk about games that I've never heard of. but they dig deep in like the Sega Genesis library or the TurboGrafx library, and I'm just like, I've never heard of this, and like I added a lot of stuff to my price charting wish list of video games because of this channel. I was like, oh man, that was cool, and they have they're not very funny, but they hit more often than they miss, I guess.
Okay.
Number 2, Steve 1989 MRE Info. Have y'all heard of this guy?
Y'all, it's the best.
Wait, you said MREs. Does he just eat MREs?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh.
He gets them from like the fucking 40s, the 50s. Like he had one from like 1908 or some shit like that from like a biscuit. And
Y'all, it is so fascinating.
he's like,
I do
from
love food channels.
He's just half the time it's such rancid. Like he breaks it out and he's like, I can't eat this. He's from California. He's got this crazy accent. He does the exact same thing in every single video where he talks about like, here's where this came from. Here's what's going to be in it. And then he's like, let's get this out on a tray. And it's hard cut right to the tray. He's like, nice. He does it every single time.
Oh man,
It's so funny. I got my family even interested in
We were watching
these.
them around Thanksgiving. Just
yeah. We'll have to put links to these people down.
That's good stuff.
and like whenever there's before like 1985 or something, like military MREs in America came with cigarettes, and he would like smoke them. He's like, it's got a really minty flavor. It's got a good pull.
Yep.
I'll have to save that for later.
Yeah, he like really gets into it, and he thinks some of it is just like the most delicious thing ever. I think.
He's like, that's incredible. And he starts talking like fucking like a Gordon Ramsay or something. It's like the hints of nutmeg or whatever in this shit.
Yeah, he
It
does.
just goes crazy.
He really does. It's so awesome.
It's really
y'all.
entertaining. Okay.
I'm all about it.
I have no interest in that whatsoever, but he's got me interested in it.
Yeah. And number 1, with a bullet. Have y'all heard of this?
With a bullet?
No. This is just a saying.
Oh.
I don't
Kana-chan
know that
TV.
name. Oh,
Asuka.
yes.
Oh,
From
Asuka's-
WWE.
we saw
yeah,
the
we
other
saw
day.
that the other day. We were like, Asuka has her own YouTube channel?
Yes. Basically about video games and cooking. Like she'll I got this NES or Famicom Classic from Japan. Now I'm gonna cook this thing with seaweed and play it at the same time. I'm like, fucking, you made this for me. Like, oh my god.
And she was on an episode of
Gochi Gang.
Gochi Gang, which is a food show that Rena Scully hosts, and she was on it. It was pretty cool.
Yeah, she it's crazy because every single video has the exact same music bed for it. Every single video, and it gets stuck in my head. I hum it all day. And she's just like, I've started saying stuff that she does. Like she goes, easy peasy. And half the time she's talking in Japanese, but she'll have little translations of what she's saying. And oh my god, she puts up a video every 2 days. I don't know how the fuck she does it,
Wow.
but
I mean, she's not getting that WWE. No, she's now. Never mind,
Well,
I'm taking
with
that.
Kyrie gone, she's probably going to go back to being a solo fighter.
She's going to be in a 3-way, probably a Royal Rumble with.
Charlotte and Becky.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
so this is my 4 YouTube channels. Honorable mention probably is that dude Metal Jesus Rocks. Even though I started watching him.
Oh yeah, he's good. I love his videos.
Yeah, he's good. There's some stuff about that I don't like, but whatever.
Okay, so do I get to move on to my next list?
You do.
Okay, favorite retro gaming things that I got this year.
Oh.
They're not all necessarily games, and they're games that I purchased this year. And number 5 goes to the Power Glove.
Oh, that you bought at the gaming convention this year.
It is shit. No, the Power Glove I got at Well Play Games in Greenville.
Oh, okay.
They had 2.
Oh.
I know. And I got the little, what do you call them? I call them sticks. The sensors. Sensor sticks.
The thing you need to make it work.
Yes. But it doesn't work very well.
Oh.
It works like shit.
You need
But-
a 13-inch CRT television. Ours is bigger than 13 inches.
Yeah, that's true. But it looks cool as hell, y'all.
Didn't Andy wear it with
Yeah,
his cosplay?
he wore it.
Yeah,
A
he did.
large part of the convention.
He did. So, gosh, I don't know if this is even in order. But anyway, number 4 goes to Princess Tomato in the Salad Kingdom.
I saw you playing that the other day.
Yeah, I got that for Christmas. It's super cute and so funny. I mean, they have Sir Cucumber. They got this guy named Percy that hangs around. Then I found him in the forest and he needed some water. So got him some water. But it's kind of like a story game where you go.
Yeah, it's an adventure game.
And you're in an environment and you figure out the right way to interact with the environment to make the story proceed. Like give, take, talk, whatever. So I haven't played it too deep, but it made the list. I'm really excited about it. It's a rare game.
Yeah, it's a rare Nintendo game.
Number 3 goes to the TurboGrafx 16.
Yes.
The one that you fixed?
Yeah, well, I guess I didn't I took it apart, but really for no reason. It just needed a different adapter.
I need a different power supply, yeah.
Yeah. So, anyway. But I took it apart and put it back together. Learned how to solder.
Yep.
I love this thing, and I did not grow up with it. It was a new console for me, but I really enjoyed it. And
it's a strange console. Like, it's shaped weird. The games come on cards.
Yeah,
like,
it's
they're like
strange.
credit cards.
Yeah.
Like, it's a very strange
they
console.
call them the Hue cards.
Yep.
And I found out I liked Fantasy Zone playing that.
Yeah.
TurboGrafx. Yeah. It's really hard. I don't get very far, but I love how it looks and how it plays.
So, cute 'em up.
A cute 'em up,
Yes.
as Metal Jesus would say.
Well, a bunch of people say that.
Well, I hear him say it the most. Number 2 is Harvest Moon for the Super Nintendo.
Yo, y'all like Stardew Valley?
I have not played it, but I love Stardew Valley.
I hadn't either until recently.
Okay.
Definitely inspired by it. It definitely inspired Stardew Valley for sure.
Oh, yeah.
I got it. It's an expensive game. It's also a rare game.
Very late era SNES game. I think it came out in 1997.
Oh, okay.
Like, the fucking PlayStation would have been out for 2 years by that point.
I got it. I've been playing it on the Super Boy. And because I just love playing my games portably anyway. But it is really good. And I got a really good deal on it on eBay, and he gave it to me for a good deal because I promised him I would play it and I wouldn't like try to resell it for a higher value. So shout out to him, and I am enjoying playing it.
Yeah, I remember when she got that game. She didn't even tell me that she was having a conversation with this dude on eBay about this game. And she was like, we were at my mom's house, and she was sitting on the porch by herself, and I went and walked down. She was like, I think I just bought a copy of Harvest Moon. I was like, what?
Yeah.
Where the hell did that come from?
I don't mind telling you how much I got it for. I got it for $70. But
yeah, it usually goes for like $120.
That's not bad.
Yeah.
Especially for a retro game that was, popular.
I know. And it's in pretty good shape. There's like a little piece on the label that's a little torn, but I feel like it's in good shape. Considering. Number 1 goes to definitely Earthbound. I beat that game this year, and I got that at playthrough. I also
so you're really excited about that game.
It's definitely one of my holy grail games. I got that for a good deal too, and I played it. I beat it. I had the best time with Ness, Paula, Jeff, and Pooh.
Dude's name is Pooh.
Dude's name is Pooh. I just thought the jokes were funny in it, and it looked cool.
Yeah, I just remember that. I think I made a clip of it on our Twitch TV, but you talking to that dude, he's like, I wish I could drink water to refresh my pee-pee. That's what water is for.
I laughed. I thought it was so funny. Anyway, that was my list of favorite retro gaming things that I got this year. And I say things because they're not necessarily all games.
Yes, TurboGrafx and Power Glove.
Yeah.
Chief among them.
Console stuff. I want to sidetrack and ask about playthrough. Because are we doing a thing or are we not doing a thing?
Well, we're definitely going to playthrough.
We're going.
Are we doing?
We're not doing a panel.
No. I think at this point it was probably too late.
I don't know.
Didn't somebody email about it?
I did. He emailed me back. I think we can't even apply for anything till January.
Oh. So maybe there's a chance.
Maybe.
I'll have to look back
Totally
and
imagine.
reference.
Goodness. Is it my turn again?
It is.
I guess. Well, I'm just going to go ahead and get my other Disney list out of the way. I have the top 5 Disney movies of the decade.
All right.
Animated. This is my personal opinion.
So the last 10 years.
Yes, of the last 10 years.
So what was the first Disney animated movie that came out this decade?
I think it was Tangled because it was 2010.
What is it?
Rapunzel.
Oh. Is that what it was called?
Mm-hmm.
I thought it was called Rapunzel.
Nope. But in order from 5 to 1, least favorite, not least favorite, but like not as liked as the other ones because I love all of them. I just like some more than others.
Of course.
Because I love all Disney movies. Moana is number 5. I like it. Lin-Manuel Miranda wrote the music. I cosplayed as the crab from the movie. Tomatoa.
And that was fabulous.
It was a very risque Tomatoa. I'll say that.
I mean, you definitely took that concept, but definitely made it your own.
Is that the Samoan movie?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
With The Rock.
The Rock's
The
in it,
Rock, yeah. Yep. Number 4 is Zootopia because it was an original story, kind of. Like, it was the first, like, original non-princessy Disney movie I've seen in a while. And I just like the concept and, like, how they live human-esque lives, but they're all animals, and there's, like, cities, and I don't know. I liked it. Didn't like seeing it in theaters at a matinee with a bunch of children. That was a bad idea.
Don't do that, folks.
Don't do that. Don't make our mistake. Go
Unless you have
opening
kids of your
night.
own.
Go opening night at a later time so the children will be asleep.
There you go.
That is a key to
I
going
haven't
to
seen
kids
that one.
movies.
Zootopia.
Zootopia? It's pretty good. It's on Disney Plus.
I haven't
If
actually
you have
seen
Verizon,
Moana
you get
either.
Disney Plus free for a year. Just saying. Number 3.
It's free for a year. I didn't know that.
Mm-hmm.
Is that new? Not
Oh.
the new Star Wars movie, but the one before it. Is that on Disney Plus?
The Last Jedi.
Yes.
Yes.
Because we didn't ever see it.
Well, if it's
And I
free.
read the whole.
I didn't realize it
movie
was free
the other day on
for a
Wikipedia.
year.
If you have Verizon.
Yeah,
If you have
Verizon
Verizon.
Unlimited.
Oh, we don't have Verizon. Do y'all?
Yep.
Damn.
So.
But it's only like $4.99?
Yeah.
$5.99?
Yeah.
It's really,
It's
it's
fairly
like
cheap.
dirt cheap.
That's cool.
Number 3 is Frozen because it was the last movie I saw in theaters before I met Josh. And I saw it Thanksgiving night the year it came out. It was like opening weekend. And I remember the plot twist at the end of it where Hans is the bad guy the whole time.
Spoiler alert. Oh my
Spoiler
God.
alert!
I'm
Jesus
so-
Christ.
Hans?
It was the guy.
Hans Gruber.
So I went into the movie because I had seen the trailers thinking that,
I've only seen part of the movie.
well, Hans is the guy that
The only thing I know about it is the part in Kingdom Hearts, and I'm like, there's no story in this at all. Like,
Oh yeah, your reference of it is in Kingdom Hearts. Well, the guy you think is the good guy, or Prince Charming, turns out to be the villain the whole time.
is he to do with the big horse?
That's Kristoff. He's actually the true hero of the movie, I guess.
Who's the princess? The
Anna.
white-haired girl or the brown-haired girl?
Elsa. Elsa's the queen. Anna's princess, their sister.
I'm familiar enough with it. I think because it's so popular. Like, I know some of the characters and Let It Go.
We are going to be playing more Disney games. If anybody's seen our previous Kathy Plays Classic games where I try to explain these
I don't think
Disney
there's
movies.
a Frozen. There probably is.
There is probably a Frozen game.
Don't copyright strike us, Disney.
Right,
fucks.
Disney, you ruined our
As long as there's no
Little Mermaid.
cutscenes from
God
the
damn
damn.
it.
We've spent so much money with y'all, and you're copyright striking.
I know.
It's not nice.
Number 2 is Frozen 2.
Is that out? I thought
It is out.
Okay, I
We
thought
saw
that
it
was like
opening weekend.
just announced.
I was going to ask the
Loved
same
the
thing.
music. It was so pretty. I think it was one of the prettier animated movies this decade.
Is that,
Have you,
The art
have you
style
seen
and
all these
everything.
movies, Josh? All of them?
is that Disney proper or is it Pixar?
Disney. So all of these are Disney. None of these are
But
Pixar.
don't Disney own Pixar now?
Disney owns Pixar.
Okay.
But they're still there.
But they're still their
Independent.
independent
Okay.
thing.
Is that dude who wore the Hawaiian shirt still there? What's his name? Joel
Probably.
John?
Yeah.
I don't know. I think he finished his last. I think his last movie was Incredibles 2, and then I think he's moved on.
I remember seeing him associated with Cars, which I guess Cars was a long time ago.
Cars was a long time ago. Cars was like when I was in high
I have seen Cars. Yeah, it was a long time ago.
So you think
Is
Frozen
the
2
Iron Giant a Disney movie?
No.
I love that movie.
Well, it is now.
Well, yeah.
It's owned by because
Okay.
Disney owns
Well, it bought Fox.
Fox. Yeah,
So you like Frozen 2 over Frozen 1?
correct.
You do? That's epic.
I like the sequel better than I like the original. Just based on
Empire Strikes Back is better than New Hope. Straight up.
based on music alone. Like they have like 3 really good strong songs. Like 4 really good strong songs.
Did the same person do the music?
Yep. And the people who wrote the music for Frozen, well, the husband part is the husband and wife team that wrote the music for Frozen and Frozen 2. The husband wrote music for the Book of Mormon and Avenue Q, which are really
Did not know that. I've
like
heard
really
of
adult
Avenue Q,
shows,
yeah.
like Broadway shows, which is surprising that he did, 2 Disney movies. Number 1 is Tangled for me. Tangled was really good.
Also, far and away the best part of Kingdom Hearts 3. It's the best part of that game.
I think mostly because I like Tangled. I really like the music. It had a little bit more personality than other Disney movies the decade prior to it, so 2000 and 2010. I should have looked and seen what Disney movies.
So this was the Rapunzel one?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And I imagine they write him the same way in the movie, but that dude who's
Flynn Rider.
yeah, he's
Eugene.
extremely charming in that.
He's extremely
in that Kingdom
charming
Hearts,
in the
that
movie.
part. And he's the horse, right? The
Maximus.
side-eyed horse, like type of shit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Maximus is actually never mind. I'm not going to it. But it has its own spin-off TV series on Disney called Tangled, the series, which I
Does she
watch.
have short hair in that?
No.
She grew it back? Damn.
Things happen.
Oh.
Her hair grows back. It's a really good show if you like watching.
Does
Disney
everything
shows.
revolve around her having to use her hair?
No.
Okay.
It actually revolves around the magic spike that she touched that made her grow her hair back.
I'm surprised it took them that long to get to a Rapunzel story. Considering, like, in the 90s and the late 80s, they were hitting every single fairy tale you've ever heard in your life.
I remember watching like the behind the scenes of it, and there was a reason why they did it, but I don't remember
Oh, interesting.
necessarily why. But they waited a long time to do
Was Disney Ricky Tikki Tavi? Y'all ever see that?
it. No.
I feel like I've heard of
The
it.
movie about the mongoose?
I've heard
And
of
he
it,
goes
but
to the
I don't
dance
think I've seen
and he
it.
fought cobras.
Uh,
I don't know if it was Disney.
I don't think it was.
I don't think it was
Look
either.
on Disney Plus. It's all on there now.
Download it. Ricky Tikki Tavi.
I do. I have it on my phone.
Not sponsored.
Hashtag not sponsored, but I love Disney. And that's my last Disney list, I promise.
You know what wasn't Disney but was still good?
What?
Ferngully.
Ferngully is...
You mean
I
Avatar?
haven't seen that.
Because Avatar totally
You mean
30 years
Avatar?
for Avatar.
yeah, ripped off
I will
Ferngully.
say my favorite part about Ferngully is Batty. My name is Batty.
Yeah, this Robin Williams played him.
He did.
Uh,
Not long after he did, was it before or after Aladdin? Because he played the genie, too.
It had to be after Aladdin, I imagine.
So since we're talking about Disney, Andy came to me at some point in the last couple of weeks and told me about some part in The Lady and the Tramp.
Yeah,
that
I
freaked
texted
him
you
out.
about it too. It just popped. I had a dream about it. It just popped in
It
my
was
head.
like, it creeped
The
him
Siamese
out.
cats from Lady
Oh,
and the Tramp
yeah.
freaked me the fuck out.
He was disturbed, y'all.
So disturbed. I was watching that this morning, actually.
But that led to a darker memory, which is not a Disney movie, but The Great Tale.
Feifel?
Feifel, yeah.
American Tail?
Feifel goes.
American
Feifel
Tale,
Goes
yes.
West is the better one.
Oh, yeah. Well, I didn't see American Tail.
Well, I
Feifel
saw
Goes West, I loved.
Feifel Goes West so many times. I only saw American Tale a handful of times.
We watched American Tail in history class because they talk
We
about
watched-
Carpe Diem.
We watched it in daycare.
Unum and stuff like
But
that.
that part where he gets stuck in the phonograph, fucking God, it gave me nightmares as a child. I don't know why.
Yep.
It was
Oh, no,
terrible.
you know what movie gave me nightmares as a child? Secret of Nymph.
Oh yeah.
I didn't
That
see
movie
that.
was fucking
No, I
terrifying
haven't
as a
seen that
child.
Mm.
Also not Disney.
Mm.
Don Bluth film, though.
Yeah.
He is a good animator.
He did a couple of games too. Dragon's Lair,
Yep.
Space Ace.
Oh,
He did Ferngully. Name?
Yep, that's Don Bluth. All dogs go to heaven is Don
Did he?
Bluth.
Did he do Rockadoodle?
Yes, he did.
Oh,
I
man.
love
Rockadoodle's good.
Yeah, but I had it on VHS.
Fuck.
I remember that limo that had the swimming pool in the back and it had like 10 wheels on it.
Yeah. What's your next list, honey?
What's
We're
your
reminiscing
top
about
5 Don Bluth movies. Let's hear it, Josh.
Let's see. This is my list. My top 5 games I love but didn't complete this year for various reasons. So
because life.
Maybe I started off with. I should have put. Well, you can't really complete Sea of Thieves, but we put a lot of time in that.
We put a lot of time in that.
All right. So Division 2. I really like Division 2. I enjoyed it. I played it quite a bit with my friend Rory in Canada, and we just stopped playing because I went to a convention for work, came back, and then life happened.
Yeah.
I ended up picking it back up or buying it for Xbox One because it was like $11.99.
Yeah, I almost bought it on the PSN holiday sale.
Yeah, so I plan to try to pick that up again and see if I can make it through on the Xbox. Sometimes the PC, I like playing on the PC, but sometimes it's easier to play and complete a game on the couch because
something about a couch, man.
yeah. I put this on here because I got it earlier and I just haven't beaten it yet. Is Pokemon Sword. It's fun.
Beaten Shield.
You have.
Yeah, she
How
beat
long
it.
does it take?
She beat it in like 3 days.
Yeah.
How many hours though?
I think it was
17, 18.
yeah.
Oh, really?
I'm 19 hours in, and 18 or 17 of those hours have been me just taking
breeding.
Breeding with Ditto, and then just
He has a Pokemon fuck farm.
yeah, that's what I called it. I called it my Charmander fuck farm
So
because
let
I
me-
got a Charmander.
Let me talk about y'all's strategy. Are y'all the kind of people that go and try and catch all the Pokemon and talk to all the people in the town?
I am. Yes, I go talk to everyone.
I am.
I'll catch on the Pokemon. I'll talk to nobody.
So let me know when you beat it, and that's
I'm like,
what
where's the
I'll
Pokemon
expect.
Center? Right.
So I go and talk to everyone, and then I get certain items, and then I go, "Oh, cool, I have this." And she'll go, "Where'd you get that?" Like the Meowth or whatever. They have that ugly Meowth with a beard.
Ugly ass Meowth.
But if you go and talk to someone in one of the towns, you can give that one the ugly Meowth, and they'll give you like the
Yeah.
first gen.
They give you stuff, trade
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah,
So
but you can't evolve it.
yeah, you can.
Yeah, there's that evolution.
It wouldn't
does.
let me, like, I read up on it. Like, if you get it from the kid, you can't evolve it into Persian.
Oh well. Oh.
How many Pokemon did you catch?
She goes around and just collects the cute ones.
I only collect
And
the cute
kills the
Pokemon.
rest.
Only
and then
the
I don't
cute
give a
ones.
shit about the other ones. I have all the evolutions. I am happy.
She murders the rest of them in
I mean,
cold
those
blood.
are the cutest.
I'm gonna have a
Man,
full fire
Yamper.
type team.
Yamper's pretty cute, right?
He's pretty cute.
Yep. He evolves into Bullhound.
I bet he's not cute when he evolves.
Yeah, that's cute.
He's alright. I wish he stayed a Corgi.
What starter Pokemon do you think I chose?
The bunny.
Fuck yes, I did.
Oh yeah, that's what I chose too.
That's the one I chose too because
I chose the
fire
monkey.
type.
I chose the
Josh
monkey,
chose the
and I
monkey.
go around and beat my drum now that I'm fully evolved, and it's awesome.
I'll say all the gems will be really easy for you because that bunny is OP because it is
The
a fire type.
The fire type's always.
So I have a fuck farm. That's what I call it. I call it my Charmander fuck farm.
Chinese
because-
book farm.
Jesus Christ.
So I got one through a
Demonetized.
surprise trade, which is for some reason really fun for me because I feel, I don't know, what is it, altruistic when I'm just giving out gifts and not knowing if people like it or not. So I got a Charmander, and you can't get it till the very, very end of the game unless someone trades one around. So what I did was I made hundreds of them, and I just surprise trade them to people, and I get Pokemon back, and I just did that. I did it for, I've done it.
Did it for the lulz.
Yeah, so 15 or 16 hours of me riding my bike up and down the street, grabbing eggs from this lady, and
Well, I have a similar story with one of my games.
then... but, yeah, so Pokemon Sword is number 4. The Outer World. So I played the mess out of this game.
I need to go back and
I
play
played
more.
like 20 hours in like a week, 25 hours. Like every day I got home, I was like, ooh, I want to play.
It is a good game on paper, but for some reason it just did not grab me. Like everything you say about it, it's like, oh, it's made by Obsidian. Same people made Fallout New Vegas. Great. Oh, it plays more like a shooter than Fallout. Great. Oh, it has like Mass Effect style.
Did you give it a chance?
Yes, I played the snot out of it. It has Mass Effect style companions and like loyalty quests you do with them and stuff like that, and get all their story. Great, but it's just like I don't know. It just.
Yeah.
I need to go back and play more.
I think my biggest problem in that game was I never felt like I was advancing.
Your own storyline?
No, like character wise, like I wasn't. I'm still rocking the same suit I got at the very beginning of the game.
Yeah.
Like
Oh,
I
really?
was like, oh, this one's 48. defense, and like I have everything else I'm picking up is like 14,
Yeah.
12.
I got intrigued with what's her face's storyline where she wants to have
Pavardi?
sexy time with.
Pavardi, yeah, with the lady on the
And I was like,
love that story.
Yeah, that was
You're
awesome.
gonna get them that.
He got her so drunk.
Yeah, I made her drink a bunch of whiskey.
I did too.
And she was emailing her back.
Yeah.
She sent me this poem. I'm like, read it.
I don't know the conclusion of that yet, but that's my whole goal. For some reason, I was like,
Get
I
Pavardi
was like,
laid.
forget
That
the
was
main storyline. I was like, I'm gonna get this chick laid because
Pavardi is she's a great character. Like
Yeah,
She's
super
still in my
sympathetic.
party.
Like, she's awesome.
kept her with me pretty much the whole time. So that's my number 3. My number 2 is Witcher 3.
You need to go ahead.
I put 30 some hours into this game this year, maybe even more than that, and I still haven't beat it yet because I got knocked off track for some reason.
That game is very easy to like. I was on 5 side quests and I don't remember what I was doing.
Yeah,
And you just
so my goal is after
I like
I've
watching
beaten some of the other backlogs, I'm going to go back to this one because we are watching The Witcher on
Series on
Netflix.
Netflix.
I've got
So fucking good.
I've no lie.
I read the book.
I've got 2 friends who got super into the Netflix series, and they texted me like within a day apart of each other. It's like, which Witcher game should I play? Like they were just like, we need to play. Because I was telling them back in 2015
It's based
when
on
it came
books,
out,
so you
to
might
play
like
The
it.
Witcher. And they
Yeah,
didn't
I
listen.
probably would.
And now they want to play it.
The show is really, really, really good.
Really well shot.
Is that
Like-
Superman?
Yes.
Henry
The
But-
books are good.
He sounds almost
Sounds
exactly like,
Gerald.
yeah.
Is it-
Without going into any
that
spoilers,
gravelly voice.
it's really, really good.
So good.
Is this a horse named Roach?
Yes.
It's verbatim the book, like from what I've read
So
online.
there's Triss Marigold, Yennefer Vandenberg.
She does not have red hair though, and I know
That's
that
fine.
in the
In
book,
the books, they describe her as having chestnut hair.
but it like I feel like in the
Yeah.
game when they're talking about Triss, they're always like the redhead, she's gorgeous, blah blah blah, and this girl is
Plain.
she's she's
Dandelion. Dandelion's my favorite.
The
character.
only 2 ladies.
Dandelion's a dude.
Oh.
let's see.
He's kind of the minstrel.
Oh, he's in it.
Yes.
Yes. I
Yeah.
love
The
Dandelon.
bard.
Yeah,
Yes.
there was actually a really funny episode.
Yeah.
Man, we're gonna circumvent this
Oh,
without.
you have
We
to
can't-
watch it, Andrew.
But
You have to watch it.
Yennefer is fucking funny because it's exactly like in the game. She is
What did
She
you
takes
call
no
her?
shit,
No,
like-
no, no.
Witcher's ho ho.
Witchers always go to ho ho. That's what he described Yennefer as. Just go back ho ho.
Yeah, but
Is she that way in the game? Like, if you... Well,
I
guess
don't
I'm
remember
spoiling
what
things
she's
for
like in
Witcher.
the
You
game.
still
Yeah.
don't play it.
she just always seems like the girl that like the Witcher gets manipulated by, but they
Yeah.
kind of like.
I'm forcing him to get with Triss because Triss is big.
Well, don't
Yeah.
get up with everybody.
But
Get
Triss,
with anybody.
Triss.
That's what happened to
I don't
you.
know. The only thing I'm disappointed in the show is she, in my head, should be a fiery
Look
redhead, and she's not a fiery redhead.
Mm.
Whatever.
I
Witcher
agree.
3,
That's disappointing.
It's a game I love. I really enjoyed all the time I've been in.
Do you have the DLCs?
Yes.
Yeah, the DLCs. And that, like, if you want to make a top 10 DLC for me ever, those 2 would be up there because they're
Yeah.
so good.
Spoiler
Wasn't
alert.
there a good villain?
I
in
accidentally
one of
made
the-
the-
Yes, Gontor Dim, fucking scary ass dude, amazing theme, like music theme that plays when he's on screen or talking, whatever. It's like, oh my god, it's so haunting.
I kind of did I shame the Baron? I may have shamed the Baron into killing himself. Spoiler alert once again, but you can have like several different.
That's at the very beginning of the game.
Yeah, he killed himself, and I was like, oh, okay.
What he do with his baby? I had a friend just get to that.
I
The Larkin
had
or
him
whatever.
res the baby, or I res the baby into like one of those weird floaty fall behind things, and all that.
Did he give it a name?
I don't remember.
That was how you left the curse. You give the baby a name.
Yeah.
Did you meet his
Back-
daughter?
Huh?
Did you meet his daughter? The Bloody Baron's daughter?
Yes. Yeah.
She looks like a Super Saiyan.
Yeah. Kind of roll back to Outer Worlds. Accidentally made a guy kill himself in that one too. So I guess I go around and shame characters a little too much. And then my number 1 is Horizon Zero Dawn, another game that I really really enjoy. I put in like a lot of hours and I still haven't beat it yet.
Yeah, I love that game. But it is very much like when you get the beginning's very memorable, the end's very memorable. The center of it's kind of like it might as well be white noise. Like it's very it's interesting because it's a fun game to play, but it's not memorable, I guess.
It's probably my number 1 of the year of games I need to go back to, and I know, and I'm hoping I will. The way I'm going to get around to The Witcher, I know I already forgot the controls. So I have it on PC also, so I'm going to begin it on the PC, and then I'm going to revert back over because...
So you can remember the controls.
Yeah, because I don't want to accidentally go over top of my save, because once again, I got like 30, almost 40 hours into it. So those are the 5 games that...
You wish you played more of.
Yes.
Type of deal.
I need to go back, but my backlog
It's a good
continues
category.
to get big.
I wish I would have
My
thought of that.
brother's growing a goatee. I'm
Kathy
not
Brown
sure how
is
I
still
feel
on
about it.
her phone. An hour and 1 minute in.
Wine.
All right.
Hold on,
How about top
zoom
5
in.
reasons why your brother shouldn't grow a goatee? There. Go.
I mean,
When they were down here, I was like, dude, you grow that power mustache. Just
Yeah.
do it.
part
Alpha
of me
style.
likes it, but part of me is like, I don't. In my mind, my brother's young.
Kathy Brown, I think your microphone's upside down.
Oh, can y'all hear me?
I think Kathy's a little tipsy.
Hey, wine will do that.
Wine will get to me.
She
y'all.
told me up front, she's like, I'm going to drink wine this podcast.
So
we
beware.
We need to go ahead and start recording before I get too drunk.
Beware.
No, she said before she got too sleepy.
Well, drunk too.
What's your next list, Andrew?
My next list is
Why Baron Corbin sucks.
why Baron Corbin sucks. First of all, he looks,
What?
he looks
What
like
the fuck?
That's a list?
he looks
No.
like a jacked up Charlie Brown.
What?
God damn it.
Dude, we could have a whole entire podcast based upon how much I don't like Baron Corbin.
Whatever. That segment. Did y'all watch SmackDown last night?
No.
There was a segment where like they kept doing this build up to this thing. Who's going to face the Fiend? Like, they kept,
Oh, we did see that match.
They were doing the Daniel Bryan Miz singles match to figure out who's gonna, because Roman Reigns wanted to be in it, Baron Corbin wanted to be in it. I didn't see the beginning, so I don't know why.
Oh, okay.
But Baron Corbin was in the back with his crew. He's like, you know what? I think I'm feeling pretty good. I think we're gonna go out there and we're gonna do a triple threat. We're gonna do a triple threat. And Miz and Daniel Bryan are staring at each other like, fuck this. So they just took off and went to the backstage area to go fight him, which I thought was awesome because normally in WWE today they would just be like, what do we do? Like, So they got in there and fight him. They start fighting his little black shirt goons or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
He don't even wait. He just fucking ducks out the door. He's like, boom, gone. I was like, yes, that's awesome. Because usually he'd be like, he'd take a hit, he'd stumble over, and then they'd go out the door or whatever. But he just fucking bolts. I'm like, yes, that's amazing. That's a chicken shit hill. I love that.
Yeah.
And I was hoping he'd win. Spoilers, Daniel Bryan won.
Well, yeah, we saw that match. But why would Baron Corbin win?
I wanted him to win.
No, that doesn't.
No,
that
Baron
match
Corbin
does not
win
make
would be
sense to
awesome.
me.
It would make sense because they're both heels, obviously. He's a chicken shit heel. Bray Wyatt's the all powerful whatever. Like that would be a fun dynamic, and especially for a throwaway match at the Royal Rumble where Baron Corbin's obviously not going to win.
I don't
So
know.
for sure, the Bird Dog is gonna win
Yeah.
the Royal Rumble now.
Oh yeah. I am.
Who's
I,
ready for John
bet.
Cena 2.0?
I don't give a shit about Roman Reigns. I don't give a fuck.
And my prediction: Cain Velasquez wins the Royal Rumble.
Oh, for a rematch.
Cain, Brock,
You
2.
think so?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, that
I
match
guess-
was kind of disappointing.
Yeah, whatever.
All right, so we're talking about all this random stuff. This is good because my next list is a list of one. It has to do with games. You
It's
ready?
just one on the list?
One list.
Okay.
No rules. Just list.
Just saying. I just want to clarify for the listeners.
Y'all ready for this?
Yes.
This is a new list. I had to put it on here because it got in my head and I didn't like it. It's the worst video game music of 2019. Y'all ready?
Okay.
The Pokemon Sword and Shield random battle music. I wrote, fuck that shit.
Random battle?
So the random battle
when you
music is
get-
awful,
When you just like fight people in the grass,
Yeah.
it's horrible.
but wait till you do a gym battle.
I'm
There's
sure.
a certain gym battle with a very fiery person where it's like.
I said very specifically the random battle music. Like,
Yeah.
the rest of the music in the game is fine.
Well, you
but
haven't heard it all yet.
that's why I didn't say
he just
the whole
said
game.
that.
I just said this specific song from the
It
game.
is
It
kinda
just
forgettable.
rubbed you
Yeah.
the
It rubbed it the wrong
wrong
way.
way.
It just
I don't have
It
the
goes-
volume turned up. For my
yeah.
Pokemon
It goes
game.
dun, 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 dun. It's like this weird instrumentation. I'm like, this doesn't work. Volume down. Fuck
So you didn't listen to the gym battle music?
No, because you were always playing a game and I didn't want to disturb your game, so I always had my stuff turned
I'm
down
sure it's
so
like
you could
rocking
enjoy your
guitars.
game.
It's really good.
Which element?
The fire.
The
Can
old
you go
guy?
back and fight him again?
No.
I think it was an old
Well,
guy.
I'll
He
make
was
sure my
something-
sound's turned
The
up.
old guy with the towel around his neck.
All the gym music's really good. Rory, if you're listening, he could probably tell me the same because he was listening during the fire and he was like,
Does Rory think the random battle music sucks?
he probably does.
All right, cool. All right, you're up, Ken Brown.
Kathy's
Okay. So, only Shelby's probably going to relate to this list. But, favorite makeup of the year.
Hell yeah. I should have done
2019.
Fuck.
So, I don't know.
Kathy was reading her list ideas off to me. I was like, yeah, do it. Like, I was just fucking write something down.
I mean, this is my personal favorite. It's probably not everybody's favorite, but I do have a lot of makeup, and it's because my sister worked at Sephora, and she was able to give me all kinds of samples of stuff.
Yeah,
So.
like literally just like a bag. Like,
I
this
have
thing
a lot
costs
of
$40.
makeup because I spend too much money.
My sister loves you.
Jeffree Star loves her.
Jeffree Star loves me loves my husband because
I spent $300 on.
the entire
Oh, wow.
Shane Jeffrey collection
Yeah.
for
Well,
Christmas.
It's
I'm
not
gonna go
cheap.
on a potty
It is
break
not
later,
cheap.
Talking about makeup.
Yeah, I know you guys
It's,
can't
it's the
relate.
Kathy and Shelby.
Yeah, Kathy and Shelby segment.
I can say some stuff, but I really got to be.
I mean, Andy does have an opinion on makeup. It's
I
true.
have an opinion. Like, no red lipstick.
Andy hates dark lipstick.
No, I don't like bright lipstick.
Yeah, it's true.
What you got?
Okay, so number 5, the Bare Minerals Ready Blush. The Secret's Out. Love this blush.
Is it the name
I
of
use it the
the
most
color?
The Secret's Out is the name of the color.
Okay.
Bare Minerals is the brand. And I
Alright.
guess Ready Blush is the type.
I had the color Aphrodisiac in that blush.
Nice.
Mhm.
I like it. It's me. Number 4 is a highlighter made by Tarte called the Stunner. And I love it because it's not too much. I have several highlighters, but some I feel like are too much, or they're too warm, or they're too cool, and they're too bright.
Well, you gotta find a highlighter that is for your skin tone. So if you have cool tones, if you have cool toned skin, like do you wear silver jewelry or gold jewelry?
I wear both. Silver and gold. It just depends.
I feel like you're more cool tone.
Yeah.
Silveries, kind of.
So, I have several highlighters, but that's my favorite one.
Me too.
I
I have Becca highlighters.
have the Becca one.
Which one? I have rose quartz.
What are the other ones?
They're all gem names.
I can't remember which one I have. And I use that one often. That's the one I'm wearing now. Is my Becca one.
It's good.
So, but one thing I didn't like about that one is that I tried to move it around a lot and it breaks up so much.
Which one? The Tarte one
Huh?
or the Becca one?
The Becca one.
What do you mean moving around?
Like, I take it out of my thing and I put it back.
Uh-huh.
It's not always upright. So, it just, Lucy. Lucy didn't like
Lucy just tried to jump in the chair.
Yeah, come on, Liz. So that's one thing I don't like about that one because every time I open it, I get stressed because it's just like
Everywhere.
broken into pieces and it's everywhere. And I like that one, but it's one that I feel like it's too much, like it's too bright.
Gotcha. What else?
So number 3 is the Kat Von D liquid lipstick. The color Ludwig is my favorite. I find myself drinking wine in public quite often, and I hate it when my lipstick transfers to my glass.
Kat Von D's the tattoo lady, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes,
Also anti-vaxxer.
You should try the Jeffree Star liquid lips.
I should.
They're
'cause
not
I haven't-
sticky. They're not sticky. They
That's
don't
why I'm
come
trying to
off
keep it to myself.
when
I put measles in all
You
my makeup,
drink
so
wine
just
or
to prove
anything like
that
that.
Yeah,
vaccines
because
aren't
that drives
gonna
me nuts when it comes off when I'm drinking something.
it drives me nuts when liquid lipsticks are tacky.
I also have really dry lips too, so I need something that's also
Need to
moisturizing.
exfoliate.
You exfoliate, bitch.
I do
comes-
exfoliate.
Here comes the Pixel Pub.
Tips,
Yes.
facial tips.
Beauty tips. I'm just kidding.
Beauty tip time.
So I like the color because it's kind of neutral. Andy hates color on woman lips, which we just talked about.
I was very staunch, no red lipstick type of deal, but I don't know. Sometimes you see it and I'm like, that works.
I've never heard you say that.
I guess it's more like
On anyone. And
I'm
he
gonna
comments
I'm
on
gonna-
everyone's lipstick.
I'm gonna do.
Y'all don't even
everyone.
know.
Kathy's makeup
Just about.
one day. I'm gonna do your
Not
makeup one day,
everyone's.
Kathy.
Just about.
I'm gonna put
everybody's.
the color dominatrix on her lips.
I don't
What
even
do
know.
you think about that?
It's like I associate red lipstick like you're a clown.
Or French.
He does. He feels very strongly about the color of lipstick. So the color Ludwig, which is on my list, is like a neutral color, but it's like a mauve mixed with like a brown.
I'm not a fan of like super dark lipstick.
It's not dark.
I'd be
This
a
one's
terrible
not dark.
one. Like, just give me lip gloss. Like, you're 35 years
funny.
old, sir. Just give it to me.
My lip gloss is popping.
Number 2 is the Buxom Lash Volumizing Mascara. It's the best mascara I've encountered, meaning that it doesn't get all over my face throughout the day. And it's very rare to find one that doesn't spread. So I like this one.
How deep could y'all get if we just started like a makeup podcast right now?
I could get so deep.
I can get intermediate deep. My
You,
sister
your sister,
could
and
get.
Shelby.
My sister really
Me,
needs to
Mary, and
be.
Kathy could talk.
Shelby was throwing bombs at.
All right, my brother has a new girlfriend,
Oh, really?
and how did it come
There's
up?
no chance that she'll ever listen to this,
She'll
right?
never fucking listen to this podcast. Or
I
get
was
this
starting
far.
to worry. I was like,
She ain't gonna fucking listen to this. Brandon probably ain't gonna listen to this. And if he does, if he gets this far, I'm sorry, Brandon, but I held my tongue at Christmas. But I was talking about makeup to my mom, I think, and Brandon said like, "Oh, girl could help you do your makeup. She used to work for Mary Kay." And in my brain, I went, "Mary Kay's not real makeup.
Yeah, and then the shit that they used to like come to your door.
It's like
and
the
Yeah.
stuff.
Avon lady.
Yeah.
yeah.
Those girls wish they could do makeup, but they
Avon
can't.
calling.
Yeah. So, and I saw a picture of her when they went to their Christmas dinner. Her shit was not blended. I wanted to fucking reach through that phone.
She actually did say the exact thing when we saw. I was
I
like,
said,
Her shit is not
her
blended.
shit's not blended. It was literally, she just fucking painted the goddamn
to her, she might not know better, and she probably doesn't watch
but
nearly
then she
amount of
worked for
makeup.
Mary Kay.
Yeah, but she doesn't watch nearly amount of makeup reviews and
But
tutorials.
Mary Kay probably has makeup tutorials from the 1950s.
Because Shelby was probably in that same spot like 2 years ago or
2
so.
years ago, I've been doing my makeup since high school.
No, but you haven't started getting into like real.
Watching YouTube channels.
I do
I
like
watched,
to
I
watch.
watched Michelle Pfeiffer in high school, so
I
I've been
like-
doing makeup a while.
I do like to watch the YouTube, especially the eye palette ones.
Do you ever hear like YouTube like makeup people beef? Like
Yeah, I watched
this
drama
person
channels.
says this is best, but no, this is the
Yeah,
best.
I watched The
God.
Viewer's Voice and Rich Lux. Like, I watched drama channels.
So-
like, spill the tea. I want to know what's
I
happening.
watched the Shane Dawson.
He watched the Shane Dawson series with me. I am so fucking proud of him.
Top 10 YouTube channels, makeup YouTube channels. What is it?
My makeup channels?
Yes.
On the spot.
On the spot. Top 5.
No rules.
No. I'll do top 3. Top 3. I love Casey Holmes. No, top 4. Sorry, Casey Holmes. She's like a mom and just like a normal lady who's married to a guy in the military and does like
Does she do
reviews.
grocery haul videos?
She did.
She
on
has-
her vlog channel, she does talk about
She also
mom
has
stuff.
something with her face.
She has rosacea and redness on her face, so she recommends. I have a little bit of redness, but I don't have it to the extent that she does.
I
So
got a
I
little
watch
bit
her
too.
reviews because I can kind of relate to her in a way like, oh, that works for her redness. I should try it. Like that's how I found the foundation that I like. Is through
What's your
Casey.
favorite foundation?
It's the Make It Forever powder foundation. It's like a cream powder, and it doesn't feel like
Mine is
powder.
the Estee Lauder.
That's some bougie shit.
I love
Yeah.
some Estee Lauder foundation.
But
But if I use it too many times in a row, I get tired of it. I gotta switch it up. I
Oh.
can't use the same foundation all the time.
yeah.
Number 3.
3. 3 would probably be shit.
What is it, Tacho?
Oh, Tati.
Tati?
I love Tati.
I don't know.
Tati Westbrook.
Oh,
She's pretty good. She reviews
Oh.
high end and low end stuff like drugstore. She just came out with her own palette. I bought it on launch day. Love it.
Shelby does her makeup in a way where she gives to these stores and they think that like they did it or like where did
Okay, my favorite moment in the history of ever is when I was like I call it going full 100, where I had like false lashes on, like full like makeup on, eyeshadow. Whatever.
We
went to a Sephora, and I was checking out, and she's like, "Oh, did you get a makeover today? Did one of our stylists help you?" I was like, "No,
You with me, bitch.
I did my own makeup."
That's so funny. That's perfect.
You just look at double burst.
No, but we walked out of that store. I was like, "Goddamn right."
That's funny.
Number 2.
Number 2.
We're hijacking your
maybe-
list.
That's okay.
maybe I
We'll
should
get
have
back
picked-
to my number
Sorry,
1.
it should be Casey, Tati,
No rules.
and
That's right.
Jeffrey. Jeffrey's probably my number 1.
Wait,
makeup
what about
artist.
4? I thought you said 4.
I thought it was 4, but I can only think of 3 right now.
What's the guy that looks like a panda bear? Is he a gossip channel?
That is a gossip channel. It's a tea channel.
I don't
Rich
know.
Lux.
Shit's stupid. I'm sorry.
What's your number 1 makeup? Kathy?
Number 1 item that I seriously can't live
Back
without.
from our commercial
Yeah,
break.
I
I'm
can't
I'm
live
wearing it right now.
without it. Is the Kat Von D tattoo liner. It's the best. The brush is
Anti-vaccine.
perfect.
Is that
It's
the one
perfect.
you constantly had? It was just a box that said shadow and light or whatever. Is that something
No,
different?
that's the contour kit, which I also love. I feel pretty good about what she puts out.
Yeah. Well, I've only ever used, because of your recommendation, I've only ever used her liquid eyeliner. That's why I'm wearing it
It's
right
the
now.
fucking best.
It is the easiest fucking eyeliner I've ever used.
It's the best, and it stays there.
And the felt tip,
Oh, it's
so good.
perfect. The pressure's
Perfect.
perfect. It's perfect. It lasts long. It's,
Y'all, this is a video game podcast.
it's perfect.
we talk about wrestling sometimes.
Yeah, I know.
That's true. Okay.
Wrestling
so
is more tangentially related
I know
to
you
video
can't
games than
relate to these
We
things.
should do a makeup video.
We
Kathy,
should. We should.
On Kathy
Now,
Bates
I don't
Bassett.
claim to be really great at putting on makeup, but I'm definitely interested in it, and
You
I
have a lot
have
of
fun
makeup.
with it. And I have a lot.
I feel like your sister springboarded you into that world.
She did. She did. And
She
when
was very generous with the stuff you gave me. Like
Oh,
this-
yeah.
This thing's $50. This little thing of cream. All right, cool.
Oh yeah. I mean,
my skincare
I'm spoiled.
routine.
If
is
you
so
drop
expensive.
less than $100 at Sephora at a time, I'm like, holy crap.
Less than 100?
That shit is expensive.
It's really easy for me to
But
spend around
these
$100.
are the
I
things-
have over 2,000 points at Sephora.
These things, if I run out, I will buy them. I won't wait for Mary to get,
Yeah,
which she
that's-
can't. She doesn't work
she-
there
yeah, she
anymore.
doesn't work
She,
anymore.
you know, I'm not gonna get that treatment anymore. But
Treat yourself.
Shout out to Mary Brown.
shout
Mary
out
Brown.
to Mary Brown.
Is she coming back to the convention for?
I'm trying to convince her to come down for playthrough. So we'll see if that works out.
She seemed to enjoy
very
it
different
a lot.
Oh
Galaxy
yeah, she
Con.
enjoyed it so much, and we're trying to coordinate her a Sailor Saturn costume.
Nice.
At the very least, get her to come back from GalaxyCon,
Oh,
so she doesn't
yeah.
have to go
Yeah.
outside and be like,
Yeah,
Get the hook
just
up.
Try to bum tickets.
yeah.
I know.
Bum
That's why I
tickets,
wanted to
motherfucker.
make
I'm
a
talking about
decision
she got
now.
A good deal or whatever thing that she got.
Mhm.
Wait, do you get to do a list now since you just did a list?
Sure. No,
Yeah, she gets to do it.
What the?
I'm just kidding with you.
Andy made me.
What list is it? I got a piece.
Top 5 musicals of the decade.
Oh man, I can't leave for this.
Broadway musicals of the decade that have came out between 2010 and now. This is my personal opinion. All you fucking theater nerds can come at me, bro.
2010
Come at me.
and now. Okay.
So what are we
Number
talking about? What would same question. What was a notable, I know probably not the first musical, but a notable musical that's earliest in 2010?
Doesn't.
Or whatever.
I don't understand your question.
Like,
Wait, do you
what's
know
the first one you
In
can
the
think
Heights?
of that came out
That was
earliest?
2008.
I'm just trying to gauge.
In the last decade.
Yeah. Like when I asked her about the Disney movie, I'm like, okay, what's
Well,
the
you
first
should
one?
let her go
like
through her-
Tangled. I'm like, okay.
You should let her go
I
through
should
her
have wrote
list.
the years down.
Well, I'm just trying to get from my own perspective, like what I hear about. You know what I mean? Like you hear
You
about.
don't hear about musicals?
You might. I might. I don't know.
The ones that you've heard of are probably on this list.
Yes. Okay.
Some of them are popular, some of them are
Cooper.
kind of obscure. He's fine. He's just lovely. Thank you. Number 5 is Book of Mormon. Because
I've heard of that.
hilarious. I've seen it twice. Once in Charlotte and once in Raleigh with Joshua. It was written by Trey Parker Metstone.
Yes, that's why I've heard of it.
Growing up, I loved South Park. I loved it when they did musical episodes, and when I heard that they were coming out with a musical,
I still get Kyle's mom's a bitch. She's a big fat bitch. Still stuck in my head. I like the movie version. She's a stupid King Kong Maya bitch.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Number 4 is Hades Town, which is a newer one. I like it because it's very... It's the story of Orpheus and Eurydice from Greek mythology, and it also talks about Hades and Persephone's relationship. But it's set
So it's like God of War.
It's kind of... But it's set in like a 20s style post-apocalyptic setting.
Nice.
And the music's really good.
Nice.
And I
Cliffy
like
B
it.
is
Let's get this on the
executive.
track.
Cliffy B of Epic Games fame is executive producer.
Oh, I was about to say he was in it. I'm like, let's go.
No. he
He
executively produced the musical.
They're local.
They are. Epic Games. I have looked into them a lot. Number 3 is Hamilton.
That was the big one, right?
That was the really big one that came out this year, but it's not my top 2.
That's the one I heard the most.
Oh, yeah.
Well, because of that musical, I feel like musical has had a resurgence, kind of renaissance. Like, it's more, like, openly, I don't know.
People talk about it more than they used to.
That's it's based on
There's more awareness of musicals and
Boy,
the
do
quality
politicians
they
like to
produce.
think that they're woke talking about it.
Yeah.
The great Alexander Hamilton. I've been following politics for a long time, and like I roll my eyes every time they talk about Hamilton now, because it's like y'all never talked about him before you heard this play come through, you fucks.
Oh yeah.
Anyway, Hamilton is the musical about Alexander Hamilton.
But it has a rap vibe.
It has a rap vibe.
And I didn't know that until we went to GalaxyCon and sat in that room like kindergartners with crayons.
Oh,
First of all, that was like the funnest part for me. That fucking.
I thought I was having a fever dream.
I'm just pointing out how weird that room was. It was a very strange room. Like
Well, I think something else was in that room before us.
yes, like a color therapy session or
Yeah.
something. But they
How to color your feelings.
they were pulling up YouTube videos of songs, right? Like, and that's when I saw it. I'm like, this girl's rapping. I'm like, okay, I think I'm getting what this thing
I
is.
think we did Satisfied.
It's very good.
We see it.
I
We saw it
introduced
when
you
it came
to
to
it.
Raleigh.
I brought it to your mind. You
Josh,
forgot
it
to.
was actually a musical that Josh introduced to me.
Oh, yeah.
And it wasn't one that I...
It was on Broadway, wasn't
It was. Well, it still is. Still running. It's doing a national tour.
But with it,
It's the most popular Broadway musical of all time. Like
not Cats.
Fuck
it's so.
Cats.
If
But
you,
Cats make money though, right?
Man, Cats, people either love it or they hate it.
so
There's no in between.
Hamilton still has like a wait list of like 6 months or more to go see it
On Broadway.
Yeah,
But and it's really difficult to get tickets if on tour, too.
yeah.
You had to be really lucky. Number 2 is Ghost, the musical.
That's
Like
like the
after the
Patrick
movie?
Swayze movie.
Like the Patrick Swayze movie.
Demi Moore.
They
That's so
made a
funny.
musical out of it.
Did they do the pottery scene?
Love
Did-
it.
yes.
Yes.
Because,
Kind of.
man, I've worked in a pottery studio for a long time.
It's
and
like Ghost.
people, yes, and I'm like, you guys, it ain't nothing like Ghost. Like, I'm telling you right now, it is not like Ghost. As
What?
we sit in front of a bowl of salsa in which I made the
You
bowl
made this.
on a pottery wheel,
Did
I
it-
can
did
tell
the
you
ghost of
it
Patrick
wasn't
Swayze-
like Ghost.
Did the ghost of Patrick Swayze help you make this in
No.
a sexually tense way?
No. But as you view my lopsided bowl.
The music was really good. There's a couple of songs that I actually like.
That movie's somber, right? Like,
It's kind of messed up. Well, he dies. He's a ghost. He doesn't go to the light. Instead, he tries to find out.
He's
who
murdered
killed
by his
him.
best friend.
And it turns out he's murdered by his best friend.
yeah, like
Spoiler
That's some
alert.
bullshit.
27 years
the
later.
song that in which he discovers that his best friend murders him is like my favorite song. It's 8 minutes of greatness.
But like, I guess when I think of musicals, I think of big bombastic productions. Like,
Well, the illusions in that show are. That's why I've always wanted to see it, because they have to. I'm trying to in my brain, like as a director, like we had talked about directing that show together because we love it so much. How to do the illusions to make it look like Sam is a ghost. How to make it look like he's going through the doors and the walls like he does in the movie.
A projector.
Yeah, but
it's like that time that Madonna performed with the gorillas on stage, and she like walked behind the image, and like, how the fuck did they do that?
yeah. So that's something that bucket list for me. Be like
But I'm just wondering.
How do you not have Beetlejuice
honorable
musical?
mention. Beetlejuice is honorable mention.
Okay.
It's too new. And I was looking at a list of all the musicals that have come out, so I was like, ooh.
I just don't
It's really
see
hard.
musicals as being sad, somber stories. They're
Some of them are.
Yeah.
My number one
Hades
is
Town
sad.
is
Hades
sad.
Town is sad as it fucking gets. But my number one is also a sad.
but did it have like
somber
big dance
story.
numbers and?
Kind of.
I like musicals are so new to me. Like literally, I'm gonna go on my own tangent here on your list. Literally up until like I don't know, the past 2 years, I'm like, man, fuck musicals. Like I don't care.
Yeah, I mean,
Andrew, you've seen me in a musical.
yeah,
Yes,
I
but,
didn't
like-
like musicals either.
Well, maybe
But-
more than 2 years, maybe 3 or 4. But like,
They have grown on me.
I remember when I was living in Florida. We went to see Nightmare Before Christmas at Universal Studios in 3D, and I hadn't seen it since I was a kid. And we were walking out, and I was like, yeah, it was good, but like, man, they sing a lot in that. And a friend also was with us, like, yeah, it's a musical. I'm like, man, I don't like that. Like, I don't like
The
that.
Nightmare Before Christmas.
You've been
the
watching
music,
musicals
all
since
the
you were young,
music is
though.
Yeah.
perfection.
But
The
it was-
Simpsons.
I
The
was
Simpsons are a musical for the most part.
I was 20 years old and done.
Yeah.
But like, it wasn't until we started watching a lot of them because of Kathy's job, and like seeing you in them, like you could feel if I felt the same way that I felt when I go to see a concert of a band I really like. It's like, okay, I can feel a lot of energy here.
Yeah.
And like when they hit a crescendo, it's like, okay, yeah. I like that. But
If you want pure, real music, because a lot of this shit nowadays on radio is like overproduced. When you go to a musical and the person knows how to sing, it hits your soul in a way where you're like, holy crap.
well, even seeing the kids do their thing.
Oh, when you
like oh my god, like this is like when it's all everything's well choreographed and everything's well rehearsed and everything's in place and they all hit their points. I'm like, I get those same goosebumps. I'm like, yes, it's just not for me. It's like going to a concert for a band I really like. That highs all the way through.
Yeah.
As soon as they stop singing a musical and they start talking again, I'm like,
Yeah.
Yeah, this next one she's about to hit is actually what I was just talking about. Like,
My number one musical of the decade is If Then. It is my favorite musical. Every time I audition for a show, I sing the big show-stopping number from that show. It is the first musical that Josh ever saw live, and is the first musical that we went to go see together at DPAC as well.
so
what's give me a
Yeah, what's it about?
3
So
cents right
it's a musical about a woman. Her name is Elizabeth. The musical starts at a pivot point in her life, and she can either go with her friend to the park and do one thing, or she can answer a phone call and talk to a friend that she forgot about. And the musical takes place on 2 alternative timelines.
Okay.
And it flip-flops between them throughout the show.
Oh, that reminds me of that weirdo thing we saw that lady was working on. The World War II, World War One, like it had like this timeline's World War One, this timeline's World War II. I could not tell the difference in like.
They did a really good job.
the girl that sang the main lead in the
Jackie
touring,
Barnes.
like she hit a note that was like,
It, like you felt it in your chest.
I was like,
yeah.
I was like,
Yeah.
I'm sitting beside her, I shouldn't cry. But it's one of those things that like,
Was it always starting over?
it's one of the final.
It's always
it's the-
starting over.
This girl really hit it hard.
Jackie Barnes.
I think she's the only one besides the dude from Lady Antebellum. It's the only person I've heard like professionally live besides my wife, like that made me go like, holy fucking shit! I'll go on a mini rant here. If you like music and you like voice, and it will make you appreciate someone singing more than some fucking Taylor Swift bullshit. Like, you actually go, oh, that's what
talent is.
Yeah, that's what it sounds like, not what
Pop.
overproduced pop bullshit Katy Perry.
Yeah, well, I can even identify with that because a lot of the singers and musicians that I like, especially when I was younger, are like punk bands. Like they can't sing for shit.
Yeah.
And you go and see them like, this is great, but then you go see someone else who can really sing. Like, well, shit, that's the real stuff. I'm sorry.
That, I will say Elizabeth is and always will be like my white whale bucket list role to play
Yeah.
ever.
It's I don't know.
Do you think this musical will stay in the?
It's not on Broadway anymore.
Oh.
The rights are available for
A lot of
community
them don't
theaters to
stay
do
on
it.
Broadway though. They could be really good. Like Beetlejuice is getting kicked off Broadway.
Beetlejuice is
Jackman's fucking. Whatever.
It is the highest grossing show on Broadway right now, and it is the only reason it is leaving Broadway in June of next year is to make room for another musical that's going to be put in that theater that they're currently occupying. I don't know why they can't
move it to
a different theater, or I don't know. I don't know the politics of Broadway either. So but if there are any community theaters listening to the podcast, if then I will gladly audition.
Someone's in the bathroom right now who can control what happens at
might be a little too.
You did it, please.
No, I mean risque for young because.
No, they do a summer show for adults.
Oh, okay.
They did Lewis Whorehouse in Texas.
Yeah,
okay.
They did the littlest whorehouse in Texas.
But yeah, makes you appreciate real music. Mm-hmm. If you don't like musicals, then you don't like music.
Turn. Just let me know.
Okay.
Let her know.
All
right.
right.
I got a new list.
It's Josh's turn.
So I feel like I'm the person that brings it right back around to video games because that's just
no
what
rules.
I went with.
My last two
We
lists
need
are video
someone to
games.
do it.
Yeah. So let's go. I'm going in out of order. How about top 5 games I've played this year? So this doesn't mean they came out this year. This just means that I played them this year. So my number 5 is Forza Horizon 4.
Oh my god!
Because it's so fucking fun.
Game's fun as hell. Yeah.
It is one of those games
I
that
don't get the appeal.
It's just a car racing game. They're boring.
I
I don't even
I've
race
seen
cars. I don't even race cars.
I've seen it.
I race
in
cars.
action.
It feels good. It feels sorry, not to take away your spotlight, but it feels good to play. It's a realistic driving game, but it has a bunch of assists that make you feel like you are doing well. Like it has a good driving line, has a good assist on like braking and stuff. You don't want that stuff, you can turn it off. I turn all the stuff off except for the driving line. Like I want to drive, but in like open world, like very festival type of atmosphere. Like it's not like this fucking car catalog of a wrestling
feel like
game.
you're doing stuff every single time.
Yes.
So one of the things
you race a fucking train and blimps and whatever.
I love getting a 4x4 vehicle and just holding down the right trigger and just
going wherever you want to
going straight and seeing how far I can make my meter go up.
Yeah,
and I'm
running
jumping
through trees
in the
and
air
shit.
or whatever.
Yeah.
And I try to go through trees and I try to make it all the way across the map. And I can do that for like 2 hours and mindlessly just do it. And then every once in a while, I'll be like, oh, you can go join the race. And I'll go, oh, okay, I'll do that. But I could jump on it for 15 minutes or 2 hours and just drive.
And the Forza Horizon games are great. The Forza Motorsports games are good too, but I like the Forza Horizon games better.
Me and Rory were talking about it the other day. It's like the perfect platform game, and they could just continue to do expansions after this point. Like, if at a certain point they're like, we're going to do America now. Like,
Play the first 3. They did. The first one was in Colorado. The second one was in Italy.
I never played any other games.
The third one was in Australia. This was in
UK.
UK. And
Yeah. So, number 5. Number 4, if you would have asked me at the beginning of the year if this was going to be on my list, I would have laughed in your face and spit on you and been like,
Wow. Okay.
Modern Warfare.
oh yeah,
The newest Modern Warfare, the campaign, is one of the best first-person shooting experiences I've had.
Captain Price is back.
Yeah, it's... So, if anybody doubts me, play the home. Yeah, the single. Well, I never play the multiplayer. I never play the multiplayer anyway in any of the Call of Duties, except for every once in a while if I want to get angry for some reason. So in Afghanistan or whatever, they like go into these houses at night and they're in like full like infrared like
Night vision.
and it looks exactly like a video of like a live night vision, and you feel so anxiety ridden and you're going up these steps and you don't know what's around the next corner. And I played on the Xbox One X on the 4K TV, and it looks,
It's a really good looking game.
it just I don't think I've had that experience in a long time where I feel like my life is really on the line here and I need to make sure that I clear every room before like some of my comrades get killed or whatever.
And that's some of the stuff they were talking about before the game came out. It's like we want to make it more grounded.
It is very, 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 very realistic.
Yeah.
And It's a very fun game. I played it. I think I beat it in like a day and a half because I just played right through it. I couldn't put it down.
Brandon was still over at the house before you even beat it. Like,
Yeah. So
campaign's good.
Campaign is if anything, if you can find it for like
that's the way I did with
$30
Infinity War, the one in space. I just Redbox and beat it in a day.
So I feel like that's an arcade version compared to like
the way it plays. Yeah.
So it's a really good game. Never thought this would be on my list either. It's my number 3. I think I'm on the podcast. I've kind of rallied against it and said it sucked, but I will be here and say that I have played Metal Gear Solid 5 now after the 3rd or 4th try, and I fucking love it.
Yeah.
It is a lot of fun.
It took you beating Death Stranding
to finally go back.
I needed more Hideo Kojima in my life.
Yeah. So the reason I didn't like it the first time around, or the first few times,
it's very different from the past.
It is 100% different. It's no longer a linear experience. You go and make your own fun. And that's the mindset you need to have to play this game. You need to be able to go, well, I'm going to go guns a-blazing this time, or I'm going to go and be sneaky. Or
you kind of have to put Metal Gear's always a bit about the crazy-ass story.
Yeah.
There's very little of that.
Very little, but there's still some Kojima.
Yeah, there's some crazy giant fireman in the hospital chasing you down.
Yeah, we watched the scene last night with Quiet, and she was dancing around the rain.
Rolling around in the rain.
Yeah, and I was like, I kind of looked over her, I was like, trust me, she's dressed like that for a reason. That's
because she's basically a plant.
Yeah, she breathes through her skin.
Photosynthesis, yes.
Yeah,
so she was my favorite character because
she's really.
Just give her that fucking sniper rifle that puts people to sleep. You just roll up to a base, everyone's asleep. All right, fuck you.
I haven't seen you use that gun with her.
No, I usually just have her. Well, I'm putting people to sleep if I need to, but I haven't thought about that idea. But I guess I could. Fucking love the game. I'm on chapter 2. The only thing that's annoying is I'm replaying missions just to be hard for
the sake of being hard.
So you do a couple of them, and then all of a sudden they're like, "Hey, you need to come back to Mother Base. Eli's being a little bitch again," and you're gonna like, "Oh, okay, great." So there's a little annoying things like that, but it's number 3.
You have to go back to more missions where it's like, okay, this mission is now weapons. Or OSP. You remember that from Metal Gear Solid 1? Now you have to get your own shit.
Yeah.
Like, no,
there's a couple new missions sprinkled in there every once in a while.
Oh, really?
Number 3. I really enjoyed it.
Before you move on, main question: what song is playing on your helicopter?
Oh shit! I change it all the time.
I think it's currently Maneater.
Yeah.
Mine was Europe's The Final Countdown.
Yeah.
So as soon as my helicopter showed up, it was like da-da-da-da.
Yeah, I think I have Maneater on there right now.
That's a good one too. If you play on the PC, you could put whatever MP3 you want. I saw some videos of somebody having badass Billy Guns theme music. It's like, I'm an ass man. Just showing up.
It's one of those games that you have to be in a certain mindset. I can completely understand people like me who are Metal Gear Solid purists. I feel like I was justified in a way where I thought it was going to be a certain game,
and
it wasn't. So, but now that I've played it and I've gone through, I think I'm almost 40 hours into it.
You're pretty decently into it.
I've beaten chapter 1 and I'm halfway through chapter 2. So I will fully admit that I was wrong on that one, but I was also right in a way. So whatever.
They could take the Metal Gear game off Metal Gear name off that game, and it would.
Yeah. So this was going to be my number 1 until the number 1 came that you'll find out in a minute. So Resident Evil 2 is my number 2 game of the year.
Shut up, thing.
Resident Evil 2.
Yes.
When did that come out?
It came out at the beginning of the year, February or late January. What's the
Resident Evil that I played on VR?
7.
Yeah, that's Biohazard.
That one was good.
Yeah. So this one is the remake. It's a remake of the classic. It keeps a lot of the core elements involved, and it just feels like when I was young and I played the original.
It's a great game.
Yeah, I like games that give you anxiety because of the situation you're in, not because they're forcing you to do something stupid that you're like, this is dumb. Why am I doing this? And Resident Evil 2 gives you anxiety in a way where you're running around and you're like, okay, I got to conserve this ammo.
Also gives you anxiety in a giant white man in a
Yeah, there's
Pete Coat.
yeah, he comes and busts through and he's like, I'm gonna get you, boy. I don't know.
I think I know what your number one is.
Yeah, but like Resident Evil 2 is really, really good. I played it at the beginning of the year. It's still one of the funnest games I've played this year.
It's an incredible game.
I enjoyed watching you play.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. Like I said, I remember being a young kid and having Mr. X trying to kill me. And it was it was returning all that back. So my number one of the year, and I was very scared for this game at first because there was a lot of bad reviews. But I think the bad reviews are because of the amount of people that were playing at the time. But my number one of the year is Death Stranding. Death Stranding is a very, very, very weird game. And
Unique.
It is very unique, and you have to buy into the world. If you do not buy into the world, you're going to be done with the game in less than 10 hours. You're going to be like, fuck this, I'm just a UPS driver, whatever. But when you buy into the story and the game,
The story is good.
and you make yourself, I don't know, think like Norman Reedus' character, you kind of feel like everything that you're doing is important to the world because you're seeing things get fixed and you're being able to like manipulate the world to make your life better, and you feel like you're making the life better of other people in other games. So the very unique aspect of this game is the fact that you can build items in your world and it will randomly show up in other people's world. So I spent an entire day building roads that basically expanded across the entire map.
And that shows up for everyone else playing the game.
So not on everybody, but
Well, yeah.
some people randomly get my roads, and
you get like basically Instagram likes on them.
yeah, so they like it, and you're like, yeah, awesome, I'm doing a good job. I'm gonna build. So there were several times where like I forego the story completely, and I just build bridges and roads and making things easier for myself in the long run, but also like enjoying the fact that I'm making it easier on someone else.
Bridges and babies.
I didn't get invested into the story until later on where I can't spoil it. I didn't get invested later until, well, everybody knows you're carrying around a baby, and there's a certain situation where you're going to be potentially losing the baby, and you're like, no, like, this little baby has been with me for 30 hours. I don't want to lose this thing, and you become emotionally invested. So, like, the last 10 hours of that game, it starts getting really Kojima, but if you kind of follow along with the whole situation, you sort of realize everything sort of starts wrapping up.
How many clones does Norman Reedus have?
What do you mean clones?
Solid Snake has like 4 clones.
There's
no clones.
Yeah, there's no clones in there.
But
yeah. So she didn't even play it.
I didn't even play it, and I got emotionally invested and cried.
Yeah. It's
Only game I cried was The Last of Us. That
Yeah.
one made me cry.
You talking about
Right at the beginning.
punching the gun.
Never played it.
It's my game of the year, and
I didn't play it. I just watched.
if there's a games that I have always wanted to replay and like replay it for a reason, but there's like games like this that I don't feel like I need to replay because I feel like I've gotten the experience I've wanted and I'm happy with it. It's I think it's going to probably be one of my favorite games for a while because of just the way that I bought into the world, and I completely understand if someone else is not interested in buying into that world because it is very tedious. For the first 10 hours, 10, 12, 15 hours, it's a very, very tedious game. It's like when I watch Shelby play Stardew Valley and I'm like, I don't understand why she is running hay everywhere and stuff. It's like one of those things that I don't understand.
Like what? You have to water every single plant?
Yeah. But she buys into that world where she thinks of her being a farmer. Like, I bought into the world where I was, Sam Porter Bridges, and everything I was doing was important, and he's a reluctant character. And the way that they did the mocap in that game,
Oh my god.
it fits perfectly with Norman Reedus' like real life, the way he plays characters, because he's very like, he doesn't talk a lot, but he visually in his face.
Has he done anything besides The Walking Dead of note?
He was in back in the day the movie where he's with his brother and he like it's like a cult classic. I can't even think what it's called right now. I can't even think what it's called. But if you like Norman Reedus, so in my opinion, Norman Reedus' character in The Walking Dead is a better developed character than anyone on that show. Like, hands down, because he was a fucking cunty dick. Sorry. In the very first season, episode 1 of that show. And he's an entirely different character now, and he's playing. And you can follow that journey because he's a very outgoing, dickish person. But there was a reason why he was that way. And then he becomes very introverted and very, like, I don't know. So Norman Reedus plays that character very well. And the reason I buy into it is because I guess I connect with Norman Reedus in that aspect of, like, being very introverted in my world and having to be extroverted in a lot of situations.
Yeah.
And he's homies with Hideo Kojima. He was supposed to be in Silent Hills before.
Yeah.
Yeah, because he was in that
thing
PT
fell apart, yeah.
thing.
Yeah. I think there's very few games that I've ever played where it feels like you've had some sort of, like, religious experience. I don't know. Like, I'm not really a religious
I felt
person.
emotionally drained.
Yeah, but it was one of those things where I felt after I was done, I was bummed that I was done. I was like, that sucks. Like, most of the time you get to an end of the game, you're like, okay, I want to finish this out just so I can get it off my list. But for some reason in that game, I felt like there was an emptiness for almost, I don't know, it was like 2 or 3 days where I felt sad that I was done with playing it. So that was one of the main reasons why I went and played Metal Gear Solid 5, because it was like, I need to find something that
Filled void.
Something to latch onto.
Yeah, filled the void. So that's why it's my number 1 game of the year. And I don't know. I feel like anybody that likes narrative and is willing to put up with the initial beginning, because the initial beginning is a fucking slog.
Walking simulator.
It's very hard to get used to, because you're like, what?
Until you get on the car.
I'm gonna fucking carry this box like 300 or 3,000 meters, and like I gotta like keep my balance and stuff. They did patch it where like balance is a whole lot easier, and I think the reason that there's a reason why the reviewers. So there's some reviewers who just didn't like it. They didn't buy into it. There's other reviewers that like they had to have the fucking hardest time in the world because there was no bridges or anything being built for them. So they couldn't get in vehicles.
First impressions of the game were like, I think something's happening here, but we don't know. Like, it was like,
you couldn't get in bridges or you couldn't get in vehicles and drive on streets that you built up or whatever. So if anybody is teetering and they want a narrative game, I would recommend buying it. I had trouble at first wanting to recommend it because it's such a different experience for me. But if you like games that are very heavily narrative, some of it doesn't make sense. But I think if you get past the first 15 minutes or first 15 hours or so, and it might be an entirely different experience now if someone plays at the very beginning, because they might show up in a world.
You might walk out the door and here's a fucking bridge that you had to walk around this mountain to get past.
So and you have like ladders and ropes and shit like that. So it might be so those first 10, 15 hours might be very different, because I played it day 1 that it came out, and I had to walk 15 miles in snow to get to. You
whippersnappers don't know how good you have it.
Yeah. So,
okay,
but
lower.
Like I said, it was very good. Number 1. I'm done with my spiel. There we go.
All right. So, God damn it.
Apparently, Kojima's on his next project. Like, he should be researching his next project.
I hope it's a fun game. All right. Y'all ready for this?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Top 4 wrestling matches of 2019.
Yeah.
Who's ready?
Here we go.
I'm not ready.
How deep are we going?
You get to talk about a religious experience. Let's do this. Number 4. Kofi Kingston versus Daniel Bryan at WrestleMania 35.
I slept through it.
Kofi getting his big moment. Fucking Xavier Woods crying at the end of that match. Just made it for me. Daniel Bryan's one of the best wrestlers on the planet. Kofi Kingston is really good too. It bummed me out that it was right in the middle of the show, but it was good because it was right in the middle of the show, because the real main event everyone was asleep for, because it was 12 a.m.
That's
It was
the
like
trick.
1 o'clock.
Them
1
things
o'clock
Y'all's
too.
time, wasn't it?
Damn.
No, it was 12 a.m. for me,
Whoa,
but I think it was like
no,
1.
It was
Close
12
to
a.m.
1.
because I remember looking at with like when the bell rang, I looked at the clock. It was 12:05. I'm like, this match is starting on Monday morning.
I fell asleep during the Shane Miz match, and I woke up during the Shane Miz match.
Shane should have fucking lost that match.
He should have.
That was also a really good match too.
It was.
That was a really good match.
But sorry to hijack, but yeah, he should have lost that match because it didn't make any sense storyline-wise for someone to get beat down all the way, and then it's just like, I won by default. But yeah, that was a really good match. The big fact was the fact that it was the WWE Universe that groundswelled that whole movement. It was
Kofi's performance in those months leading up to it was Mustafa Ali getting injured and not being in that gauntlet match, and Kofi Kingston had to take his place. And like they did gauntlet matches out the ass earlier this year. It was like, well, we got a 3-hour show. What if we do an hour and a half one long match? And they've done that in the past where it's just like it's a surprise, but they did it a lot, and specifically with Kofi Kingston this year, leading up to this match. And I don't know, it was really good.
He got done dirty.
Yeah.
Yes. Well,
that's the biggest.
That's a different conversation. I don't have a list for that. Fuck that too. But yes, that was the best moment of WrestleMania for me. Probably one of the best moments of WrestleMania since Daniel Bryan winning the title at WrestleMania 30. It was incredible. All right, y'all ready for something a bit more obscure?
Uh-huh.
Will Ospreay versus Dragon Lee at New Japan's Dominion this summer. Will Ospreay has been on fucking fire. I know y'all looking at the ground
like
what?
A ballet performer.
He is.
He is just like
think of Ricochet, but like a foot taller, and like he's just as good as Ricochet. Ricochet's not better than him. Will Ospreay's not better than Ricochet. But think about Ricochet being given time to wrestle instead of like
his quick little
this squash match on Raw or give me a tag team match. Fight Robbie Roode. Let's go. Whatever. But Will Ospreay's been on fire. He won the IWGP Junior Heavyweight title in this match against Dragon Lee. He was in the IWGP. He was in the Junior Best of the Super Juniors is what they call this big tournament.
Uh-huh.
With the Super Juniors are basically cruiserweights for them, like the small dudes who fly around.
Oh, uh-huh.
And he won that. He got to challenge Dragon Lee for the title, and he won. And it was fucking amazing. He entered the G1, the big tournament that they have in August, to determine who's going to face the big champion at Wrestle Kingdom, which is their WrestleMania coming up here on January 4th, which Chris Jericho's going to be part of. Oh. He entered that. Usually, junior heavyweights don't enter the G1. He's like, I'm fucking doing it. And he was on fire there. That whole G1 was amazing. John Mox was in it. Whew, I could talk all day about it.
I'd be interested in seeing like clips from it.
Yeah. I mean, it's like a ballet. I mean,
he is, I don't know. It's like if someone programmed flying wrestler and it could be perfect, it'd be him. And he really likes Assassin's Creed. Sometimes he comes out with that fucking hood.
Nice.
And he's got a move called the Hidden Blade, where he just smacks the back of your head with his fucking forearms.
When I see people like Will Ospreay, though, I mean, and like people like Ricochet, like it's like a choreographed performance.
It's a very different thing.
I mean,
like,
it's not like
it's very gymnastics.
Yeah, you have to be in for that. If you're like wrestling's fight, like you probably
I want
like
the flippies.
Yeah, I'll take anything as long as it's done well.
As long as it's not overly spotty flippies. Like some of the private party shit where you're like...
Yeah.
Well, you might not like Will Ospreay. Will Ospreay's over the top.
Where he does like... The reason I don't like private party is like they spent like 10 minutes like, I'm going to put you up on my shoulders and then I'm going to flip you against the ropes.
You don't like it when that dude screams like a girl?
I do like that.
No, it's when it's overly set up and you're like... It's like when Sammy Guevara fucking
does a shooting star press on nobody.
Nobody, and you're just like, you're just doing spots to do spots. I like it when the Young Bucks, like their spots are legit. Like for the most part,
they've got an A to B to C to D.
Yeah,
they're gonna get there.
So it makes sense.
Well, you might like
freshly squeezed Orange Cassidy.
Yes,
yeah.
Orange Cassidy's another
Cassidy.
like. You're talking about like different versions of
Fucking
wrestling.
love.
Yeah, but I buy into his stupid gimmick because it's just fucking hilarious.
He is good at it.
Yeah,
like, if you're good at something,
I love when the crowd is going.
Works.
When he's like kicking the leg and the crowd's like, oh, and another leg, you're like, oh, and then they're like, oh,
and the dude just staring at him like, you're just kicking my legs.
And then he always does the roll under, and then he jumps off, and Orange Cassidy, I just buy in because it's just fucking hilarious, and he just doesn't.
Fun.
He looks like he doesn't give a shit, and he's just like, fuck it.
He's
Number 3 or 2.
It's number 2. Cody Rhodes versus Dustin Rhodes at AEW's.
That was gross. That was gross.
You talking about an old school wrestling bloodbath?
It just makes me want to vomit.
Cody versus Dustin Rhodes.
There was so much blood.
It was the AEW pay-per-view that was in May. It was before the TV show launched.
What
And
happened? Why do you think
He
it
got
was
cut
gross?
open.
There's
He got cut.
blood.
He was covered in blood.
I
It
don't
was-
like it when they bleed.
It was an amazing match. It was the best Dustin Rhodes, whatever we call him, best match I've ever seen him in. Best match I've ever seen Cody Rhodes in.
Why did they fight each other?
It was a brother
They
versus
built it up
brother.
as like Cody was like, we were never going to make it as an industry if all we're getting compared to is the Attitude Era of WWF. And he's like, and Goldust was part of that. He's like, I need to bury that. I need to shut that out. I need to put you down because we need to move forward. And, Goldust was fighting because he had to fight.
Oh,
And
okay.
it was great.
Nobody loves Cody more than Cody loves Cody.
Well,
Yeah.
yeah,
His
His interest is over the
I didn't
top.
see that match, so
it was an amazing match, and it was worth the price of the pay per view alone for me because I was like, this is fucking great.
So was he?
Not interested.
Did he
over
cut?
here?
Were they cutting? Like
I
back in the
believe
day
that
cutting?
Dustin bladed. And if you just look at the match, it's like it's
Okay.
blood everywhere.
Okay.
It was an old school
Can
ass.
we not think about this match anymore?
All right, well I'll go to number one.
Number
then.
one.
Y'all ready for number one?
Yeah.
Pete Dunne versus Walter in NXT Takeover New York
Volta.
for the
Walter.
NXT UK title. Oh my God! Well, we watched this live. Well, I watched. The only match I didn't watch live was Will Ospreay versus Dragon Lee because Japan time. But I believe this is one of those matches where Kathy sometimes falls asleep holding my hand. Like we're sitting on the couch, she just reaches her hand and we'll be holding it, and I had to like
Take
not squeeze as hard because I'm like because I wake her up. The other match of that was Johnny Gargano versus Andrade Cien Almas. That was like, oh my God, but that didn't happen this year. But Pete Dunne is phenomenal. Like he's so freaking young. He's such a small guy. He's so
I like
unassuming. You just look at him like, what the fuck is
He
that?
reminds me of a vampire.
He looks like a villain in the Sandlot. Like he doesn't look like he'd be worth anything. But when he gets in that ring, he's very simple. He's got the look down, like the way he looks at people.
Yeah.
He's got very simple moves with the.
WWE
He goes after the
doesn't know
digits.
Yeah, the
They
finger.
don't know what to do with him though.
Yeah,
Yeah.
when he makes the main roster's not going to have any idea what to do with Pete Dunne.
They don't know what to do with him on NXT because they basically buried him out of any sort of title match at
Yeah.
this point.
Well, I'm thinking they might want to get away from the Undisputed Era, and then maybe he'll
Yeah.
take over that crown. But I don't know. Walter is a force of nature. He's just a big fat dude who
He's
hits the
big.
shit out of people, and he was
the
literally
crowd.
the most over person in the Survivor Series match.
And the
he was
crowd
the first
fucking lost
person
it.
eliminated.
Can I do an honorable mention
Sure.
on your list? The
rules?
Rhea Ripley and
Shayna
Shayna
Baszler
Baszler
match.
match
Really good.
That was a good
Really good.
because
God damn.
you were like, is it gonna happen?
Yeah.
Is it gonna happen? And then like
Because Shayna Baszler been the champion for so long.
yeah, and then she finally wins it, and you're like, yeah, like that's how, in my opinion, championship. That's how you drop a title.
Yeah.
When you drop a title onto someone, it should be like you're building the star, and now Shayna's gonna go and fucking win the Royal Rumble probably.
Yeah.
But like that's how you build up a new star. Is you have that momentum rolling all the way in the entire match. It's almost like the Kofi Kingston match that you were talking about earlier.
Yep.
Is it gonna happen? Is it gonna happen? Is it gonna happen? Holy shit, it happened!
Yeah.
And then like, it's very rare nowadays you get wrestling moments like that.
Yeah. And like for me, there was a lot of really good matches of the year. Like the Kofi Kingston Daniel Bryan match probably is the only one that had that emotional investment. Like the other three are just like, I'm watching them, but like as soon as they start and in a match, I'm like out of breath. I'm like, oh my God, like what did I just watch? And that's why they were up there. But yeah, that Shayna Baszler match and Rhea Ripley was really good. Shayna Baszler also on fire this year.
Yeah.
All of her matches have been really good.
The Adam Cole.
Finn Balor?
No, Adam Cole on Raw. Who did he go against?
He faced Daniel Bryan on SmackDown,
Yes.
and he faced
Whatever the one, I think it was Daniel Bryan. That
Yeah,
one
Daniel Bryan
was
was good.
really, that was like an instant classic type because you didn't
And
think
he
was
won.
gonna-
I was like, what the hell?
you didn't think he was going to beat Daniel Bryan. Why would they let him beat him on his, main
Yeah.
show? But
he
like,
faced on Raw. I can't. Was it Seth? It wasn't
He's-
Seth Rollins.
yeah, he did Seth Rollins,
Seth
right?
Rollins?
Yeah, I don't remember that one because
Rollins
it wasn't that
is-
good.
I don't know what they're going to do with him. Hopefully.
He's a heel now.
Yeah, I'm
and-
glad
He's a heel, but I don't know. I still don't fucking care.
I'll do a little mini list here at the end. That was my number one, but my mini
What?
list.
Mini Liz?
Mini list. Most disappointing wrestler of the year, Kenny Omega. He hasn't done anything of note. It's been really sad.
Yeah, I like his intro.
As
like,
he wears, as
style.
Andy wears.
As I'm wearing a Kenny Omega shirt that I just got for Christmas, he's still my favorite wrestler.
He basically went from main eventing. I think this meme is going around. He went from main eventing New Japan Pro Wrestling to main eventing AEW Dark.
Yeah, and it's
Yeah.
it's like I won against Kip Sabian. It's like, who the fuck is that? And but he was on fire in 2017. He was on fire in 2018, 2019.
He had that Moxley fight.
The Moxley, I didn't watch it though. I didn't order that pay-per-view.
Oh.
I wish I had. His match
Man,
against Pocket All Out was good.
I watched that fight and it got a little too much to ECW.
The highlights I saw, it's like people were like, "Is it going too far?" I'm like, "Y'all probably weren't watching back then, maybe not." But when I saw they had the fake glass and they're running it through their fingers, I was like, "Oh nope, I'm done. Can't go."
Yeah. The bed of barbed wire was just kind of like,
yeah,
come on now. I thought we evolved from, I don't know. I like a little hardcore in my matches. I don't mind it because I remember being in the AEW or ECW era and watching fucking what's his face slam his face into Coke or not Coke but beer after Sandman and silly shit like that. But it just felt a little out of place. It didn't progress the way it should have.
And it's not Kenny Omega's strong suit.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's my little wrestling rant. There's no more wrestling. It's
Joey
all video
Janela.
games.
All video games for me.
Yes.
Joey Janela. I beat him.
So, are we ready for my list?
Yes.
I just have to take note that we got a fish today. We added a new
we got a
member
beta
of our
fish.
family.
Pete.
His name is Pete, and he is having the best time swimming around his new little.
Is that what you were doing the whole time I was talking about wrestling? You were watching the fish?
I was watching Pete swim around. He's having a good time.
He's like,
He's so happy. He's just swimming back and forth. Look at him.
He's so happy. He's swimming around a lot more than when we first got here.
Yeah. When we first set him up in his tank, he hung out in the corner, the very bottom.
I thought he was dead.
Left
He
corner.
He didn't make it home.
I was starting to worry because the directions said to let the water settle for 24 hours before adding a fish, but I just went and put Pete in there.
We could have kept him in a cup for 24
I know,
hours.
I would have felt bad, so I just put him in
here's your new
there.
home.
And he seems just so happy. All this space to swim around. He's just swimming. Anyway.
Top 5 fish of the year. Pete.
Yeah, for real. Okay, so my next list is favorite things ordered on Amazon this year.
I love Kathy's lists.
Yeah.
You just don't know where they're going to come
I know.
So I went through my past orders list for the whole year, and I assessed everything.
She really did.
Oh my god.
I really did.
She built out a matrix.
I assessed
Labeled it 1
it.
to 0.
So anyway, number 6 is my mattress protector that I ordered.
Yeah.
So Andy sweats in his
I got
sleep.
some
He
sweats.
sweats so much, it's disgusting. So, and you can tell my side of the bed versus his side of the bed.
You
Like
can't
you
get all
can
personal on this shit. Damn.
So anyway,
Go ahead.
Shelby sweats really bad.
I
too,
woke up
because
one
of her-
night with him wiping me off with a towel. I was sweating so bad.
Well, I've never done that.
Well, she's got narcolepsy, so she wouldn't.
I slept.
I could have a hose just laying on top, and she wouldn't.
Yeah. Andy sweats in his sleep. So I got a mattress protector because, as soon as we moved, when we started moving everything, and I couldn't
This side
clean
looks
him.
like sweat. This side
Yeah,
doesn't look
I
like
tried to clean it, and I'm
They
like,
won't
whatever. I'm
It's just
ordering
calcium.
a mattress protector. Bonus points, though, is Lucy had a throw-up spree the other night,
Yeah,
and
she
she
ate
threw up
something
on the
bad.
bed. And
She's been
the
sick.
mattress protector that I ordered protected it from the mattress. And I could throw the mattress protector in the wash it, and put it back on the bed. It was the best thing.
Good purchase.
Good purchase. So anyway, Patio Bistro Set is number 5. So we got a fancy ass backyard now, and I love sitting back there and drinking my coffee in the morning. It comes with 2 little rocking chairs that are padded. They're comfortable to sit on, and a little table. I can set my coffee on it. It's great. So, number 4 is a screwdriver set for Nintendo cartridges. So this I can...
Trolley.
Yep, Nintendo has really specific screwdrivers that you use to open up their products. And now I can test to verify that my cartridges are not reproductions, that they are
Legit.
authentic.
Which we still need to test Princess Tomato and Salad. Which I don't want to be in the room when you test it because I don't even want to.
Well, I mean, it's always stressful to test them, but if it's authentic, then you feel so much better afterwards, just knowing.
I got the real deal.
Yeah. So number 3 is my geometric holographic purse.
That's such a cool purse.
It's such a cool purse. And when I saw it online, I thought it was like canvas material and that it was just printed geometric design. And when I got it, it was just way cooler than...
You get a lot of compliments on it too.
I get compliments all the time. And now that I have one, I see them all the time. Like, I see them. Like, other people have them in different forms. It's real popular. But it looks, the way it folds, it's like a gemstone, and it looks different on the inside of a building than it does on the outside of the building.
It feels good, yeah.
And it's, you know, when I first got that purse, I was like, man, this isn't going to hold up well. It'll probably hold up for like a month or so. And then, you know, it's a $20 purse. Like, I'm not expecting anything less. But it has held up a whole year. And I feel pretty good about that. So, I'm pleased with it. Number 2 is my Futaba cosplay. So Futaba is a character from Persona 5, and I dressed up as Futaba for the playthrough gaming convention.
Are you going to dress up as her again for the playthrough? Because I think I'm going to dress up as On.
You threw that.
We haven't done those two characters at the same time, so maybe we should.
Yeah.
You haven't thrown that. You threw that together pretty quickly too. Like, didn't you do it a couple of weeks?
Yeah.
A week or so before.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
I still gotta fix
wig,
your wig.
glasses. Yeah, my wig needs some help. I wear that jacket occasionally, just on its own.
Yeah.
Like as a part of my
Day-to-day
wardrobe.
life.
Yeah, day-to-day life.
Yeah.
So that's cool.
I'm down. I'm already planning to dress up as On again for the gaming convention specifically because I feel like we'll probably get more recognized as Futaba and On.
Yeah. Number 1 is Castlevania Symphony of the Night soundtrack on vinyl.
The one he showed us earlier.
Yeah.
Super cool.
I actually ordered it for Andy, but I think I've gotten more use out of it than he has, and I'm not a super big Castlevania fan, but it's a really good soundtrack, and I love it. So I ordered all that on Amazon, y'all. Pretty diverse set of things.
I don't even want to know what mine looks like. So random. My purchases. Okay. I guess it's my turn again. I got top 5 games of 2019 that I have played.
You have played?
I have played. Well, no, I haven't played.
So
well,
did they all come out in 2019, or have you just played them in 2019?
One of them is an exception because I watched Joshua play it because I didn't want to put that time in. So I lived vicariously through him for this game.
Did the same for Biohazard.
I did. Because
I did
fuck
too.
that, I'm not going to play that game.
Imagine playing it in VR.
No. Number 5 is The Sims. There's a lot of expansions and game packs and stuff came out this year.
A lot came out this year, yes.
Yep.
Abby Russell on Giant Bomb.
Yep.
Likes them a lot. That's how I've learned about The Sims 4.
I have over 400 hours invested in that game. So it will always be on my list. It might not ever be number 1, but I will play it for months on end, and then I'll forget about it for a couple months, and then I'll play it again.
Is this like the same Sims, or are you making new ones constantly?
So when I play for months at a time, I'll try to get as far in a generation as I can. Like, I'll start with me and Josh, and then I'll play as their kids and their grandkids and their great-grandkids.
And then she'll come in and go, "You died," and I'm like,
and sometimes it's really sounding like Lulu died. Sorry.
Great.
Yeah.
There was a sorry to derail, but there was a really good Giant Bomb Premium thing that they did called 13 Deadly Sims. I might have described it. Where they just had the staff. She made all the staff. She's really into like creating the character, like make them look. It looked just like the fucking people. She's kind of got an uncanny ability, but like they draw a thing out of the hat, like how's this person gonna die? And it was fucking.
There are lots of ways to
very
die
entertaining
in The Sims 4, but I will always like it. I actually voted recently. They let the community vote on like the stuff packs and stuff that are going to come out, and the community voted recently. It's an arts and crafts expansion.
Nice.
So I'm excited about that.
I'm always amazed when I hear about this stuff that they're doing, like with the expansions and the hierarchy of how there's 3 different things, right?
Yeah.
And, yeah.
There's expansions, stuff packs, and game packs.
Yes, I was like, how like you're doing this wizard shit? Where do you go from here? And it's like, oh, this. I'm like, oh, okay, cool. Like,
yeah. Like
they're very creative.
I'll play through me and Josh's like normal careers and lives, and like maybe like our kid, I'll send them to university because there's a university expansion pack.
Yeah.
So I'll make them go to college and get like a good job, and then maybe their kid, I'll have them travel to the place where all the magic stuff happens, and they'll
Going
have
to
magic.
Hogwarts. You're a wizard, Harry.
Yes, very much that. Number 4 for me is Pokemon, because even though I beat it in very quick time, I still have fun. The story's good. I like gym battles and having an OP.
She murders ugly Pokemon.
I only collect the pretty, cute Pokemon.
All the other ones die.
But my strategy is
No coughings for Shelby.
if I know the element of the gym that I'm getting ready to go against, I will go and search the Pokemon that are strong against that type Pokemon.
That's what you're supposed to do.
But I don't want to catch them all.
Yeah.
Because all of them...
She's
I
not
wanna
an
catch
Ash
'em
Ketchum.
all.
Gotta catch them
all of them, most of them can go fuck themselves because they're ugly.
Yeah, I feel like past Generation 1 Pokemon, I'm like, what the fuck is this?
Yeah.
There are some that are
There's
ugly.
literally garbage. There's literally a garbage Pokemon.
Yeah. Number 3 for me, this is the only one on my list that I did not play. And it's Death Stranding. Because I was so emotionally invested watching you. I'd be like, hey, do you want to play Bridge Babies today?
No, Bridget baby.
Bridges and Babies. That's how I get him to play the game.
Yeah.
And,
Alright,
yeah. So I'd watch him and be like, ew. But I don't really want to talk about it that much because it's still pretty new and I don't want to spoil anything. But it was really good. This next one is going to be really controversial between you two. But my number 2 is Kingdom Hearts 3. Because I love Disney.
I can see why someone would like it.
I love Disney. I played through the first 2 even though I don't remember anything that happened in them because it came out so long ago. I kind of kept up with the storyline, but that's because I watched a 10-minute video that explained the other games to me that I didn't play, like the DS expansions and shit. So that's why I understood what was going on. And Disney. So if it has Disney, I'm happy.
I don't think anybody understood what was going on.
And my number 1...
Yeah, if they did, they'd probably have like an anime lady as a body pillow.
oh, God.
Yeah.
No offense to people who do that.
Yeah, I didn't say that bad. But like, you probably know what's happening in Kingdom Hearts.
Probably. My number 1 is Persona 5 because bless my little heart, even though I haven't beat it, I invested over 100 hours so far, but I'm still stuck on that one.
And
Stuck on that guy in his
surprised
underwear.
you. That one was not on your radar.
It wasn't. You guys told me about it, and I was like, fine, I'll try it.
The Persona games are something else.
Very good.
You brought it after. Yeah, you bought it after. No, I bought it for you after playthrough because we went into Best
But
Buy.
Best Buy, they didn't have it. It was right before they put out the
Yep.
greatest hits that you could find everywhere now.
Damn it. Yeah, and so then I played it a lot when he was out of town. When he went to his convention in New Orleans, I didn't, I was just basically at the house, so I spent a lot of my time playing that. I think I'm stuck where I am.
Sheeta.
Yeah, because I don't think I did my personas in a smart way. So I'm thinking when...
You got Final Fantasied.
I did. I think when Royal comes out, I want to replay it from the beginning.
And that girl in it is she's a party member, right?
Yeah, she's a party member.
Like, I think I bought it up to another friend of mine. He was like, no, she's not a party member. I was like, I'm pretty sure she is.
Yeah, she's a new companion.
Okay, cool.
So I want to replay it because... I think I messed up. And if I were to go back now and try to beat it, I don't think I can because I don't think I have the right personas to help me.
I'm trying to think.
Because the weaknesses and strengths change each time he transforms.
Yes.
And I'm fucked.
And it's 3 forms, right? Mm-hmm. It's just him.
I've only ever gotten to the second form.
No, you got a third.
Have I?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well,
He's on like a golden lion.
Mm-hmm. It's like a pyramid, a lion, and something else.
Right. And that's the cruise ship, right? The boat.
Yep.
Just the boat level.
The
Bang
boat
boat.
level. Right after the Akechi thing happens, where you fight Loki.
Do you want me to tell you how many dungeons are after that?
I know I'm not fucking done with the game.
You're close.
God damn it!
Let me ask you this: did you get to the bottom of Mementos.
I think I got as far as I can.
That works. Yes.
Okay, because I think it wouldn't let me advance, because that's what I was trying to level up. So I was like, I'm just gonna get to the bottom of Mementos. So
I feel bad for people who didn't explore Mementos at all.
Really? Oh, I'm so glad that but I'm never gonna fucking get there because I can't fucking beat Shido.
I'm trying to think, I must have got lucky. I remember that fight, and I remember dying in that fight, but
I have died every single time. Every single time. So I'm thinking of just waiting till Royal comes out and starting over.
Yeah. And there's a lot more to do in that, so you might be able to bump some stats up that you couldn't before.
Maybe.
I'm going to pick it back up too.
Yeah, I encouraged Kathy after she deleted her save of Persona 5.
By accident.
By accident, yeah.
Worst thing that ever
I
happened.
remember I'd stopped playing. I handed her the controller and I had to go to the bathroom, and she was going to pull up her save, but she actually saved over her game with my game, and I was in the bathroom. She goes, "Shit!"
No, seriously though, I'm so glad that it worked out that way. Rather than me saving over Andy's game.
I was way further than her.
I would have felt so bad. So I mean, it sucks, but I'm glad it worked out the way that it did.
Well, I encouraged her.
Maybe we should do a playthrough together.
Yeah, we should. Because I've been wanting to pick that game back up.
Well, you started again.
I did, but
I
didn't
told her
really
to pick
start it on authentically.
Yeah, I told her. Yeah, I told her to pick my game, put it on hard, because New Game Plus, you carry over all your
stats. Yeah.
Well, your items. There's a bunch of stuff you carry over. It's pretty cool. But I can see why this is not what I really want. Type of
So we can decide who we want to date together.
There we go.
Yeah. Well, if you end up on a rooftop with On.
That was your mistake.
Well, she's. Yo, the word love ain't come up at all during our conversations before, and she's like, "I love you." I'm like, "Well, I don't know what to say."
I never got to finish my. I never got to end up with Futaba.
Futaba's 14 years old.
So she's cute and nerdy.
I probably would have, if I could have picked, it would have been
Mikado.
Yeah. She had the best.
I thought about cosplaying as her.
She's like a schoolgirl outfit, right? Or the
Queen.
The persona. Okay, yeah. But she had the best story, with her dad and her sister plays a big part in the story.
Mm-hmm.
She was a cool person.
Yeah.
What's
your next list?
I tried. I tried really hard to play Persona 5.
I don't believe you. It's like I'm kidding.
He didn't even get to the part where On gets her persona. He got to.
That is not far.
Dude, let's not fucking dance around this. There's a lot of talking at the beginning of that game. If you're not up for that,
Well, yeah.
you.
I mean,
And
gotta
it goes
That's
before-
every Japanese RPG.
you can play
I'm
that. You
used to
can put that game in
I'm used
the.
to
You can put that game in your PS4. Play it for an hour and still not do anything.
Right.
And save it and I guess I'm going to bed because that was my time to play games for today. And yeah, it's rough.
Yeah,
I wish they'd streamline that stuff.
I stopped at.
Did you see
I
the
beat
dude?
I beat the dude in the underwear in his little building or whatever, and I was like, all right, whatever.
The first time that you fight him when fucking the blonde-haired kid gets his persona.
Okay, then
Skull.
I went a little further. Then I met the cat.
You meet the cat.
I don't know. I got 6 hours in it,
Yeah.
and then it was enough.
It's not for everybody, but it is a dense, well-made game.
I mean, I think this is why, I feel like there's this divide between the games that I play and the game that Josh plays. I feel like he is, the other side of the seesaw in terms of what I play and what he plays.
Well, I'm not
and then
an
with
anime.
these two, there's, a little bit of overlap.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I don't know.
Josh,
I've never been.
Josh grew up watching anime or being into anime.
I've said this on the conversation before. I think on the podcast. I thought anime was all porn.
He thought anime was hentai.
I
All
remember
anime was
you
hentai.
I never thought that, but I didn't grow up with it. I mean, I didn't grow up with anime either. I remember first seeing Dragon Ball Z when it came on UPN on Sunday mornings.
UPN.
And they didn't run it in order.
Oh.
And they just ran an episode. And what's going on?
All the Japanese cartoons that I saw my friends watching, ended up with tentacles in places that, and I was like,
This is more about your friends than just
That's why I don't hang out with them anymore.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's how I equated it. Like, I wouldn't even have thought of Pokemon and Dragon Ball Z of being the same
Genre.
than what they were watching.
I could see that.
Sailor Moon was my first anime.
But
Nanobots Part 1.
UPM must have had like an anime block on Sunday mornings because it was like fucking Dragon Ball Z, Sailor Moon, and Samurai Pizza Cats.
Nice. What's your list, honey? Your next one.
no, just kidding. Most anticipated games of 2020. I have
Nice.
5.
That's my
That's a
next
good
list
one.
too.
Yeah.
That is a good one.
So my number 5 is Warcraft 3 Reforged. I
Are
never
you doing a remake?
Yes.
I didn't know that.
I never played the first time around, so it's
Nice.
nice to be able to go back and play.
It's an
Like
RTS, right?
Yes.
Yes. I already know the story of everything just because you kind of get
That's
filled
the
in by playing,
Arthas.
yeah, playing World of Warcraft and stuff. Well, I mean, if anyone doesn't know, I have Arthas on the back of my calf. So he's like one of my favorite characters. So it's cool to get,
He's basically Darth Vader.
yeah, it's kind of cool to go back and be able to play that.
Yeah, that's
So,
exciting. I didn't know that. I've been, for some reason, I'm like, man, maybe I should try to buy StarCraft 2 and try to play it because I've never really played RTS before.
comes out next month. I
Really?
think it's like the 21st, 27th, something
Discounted
like that.
price because it's a remake, or is it 60?
I think it's $49.99 or
Was it
$39.99.
PC or?
Yeah, it's PC.
Oh yeah, massive keyboard. I might
Yeah.
buy that.
I'm gonna pick that one up when it comes out. I had this one number 4 because I don't. Have there been other Cyberpunk games? I don't know anything about this, but I put it on here anyway. Cyberpunk 2077.
Yeah, it's CD Projekt Red, the Witch people.
Yeah, I have that one on here. Looks kind of cool.
That's my fucking 10 years from now. That's still my most anticipated game.
Yeah. I think it's supposed to come out
Next
next
year.
year.
April.
Yeah, so as long as it doesn't
Happy
get pushed
birthday,
back,
Joshua
Mine
and
is
Kathy.
Animal Crossing.
if he has Keanu Reeves in it, I'm all game.
Dude, that fucking E3 moment where he showed him, he's like, "We got a town to burn" or something like that. I was like,
Yeah.
"Fucking yeah!"
Yeah.
That was really exciting.
What does he say? You're amazing. The
Yeah,
guy's
oh,
like,
yeah.
the crowd's like, you're
And he-
amazing.
yeah.
He's like, no, you're amazing. It's like the internet was like, swoon.
I think it's based on a tabletop game.
Yeah, I never. So looks cool. If it's anything like the Witcher games, like story wise, I know it's going to be kind of different gameplay wise, but looks fun.
Yeah.
Number 3 is Marvel Avengers.
That's the Square game,
Yeah,
man.
I like the idea that you're going to have a single player experience, but then you're going to have like an open world multiplayer experience where they're going to bring in other characters. Like I think they already
They
announced
other characters.
like
I don't remember who
Elastigirl
they were.
or some shit like that.
That
Not
would be
Elastigirl.
awesome if they brought in all this obscure like Marvel characters from like
Yeah.
the 70s and shit. They just showed
It'll
up.
be a Pixel Pub game that we can all play together.
Yeah. So
What's that? Is that? That's on everything, right?
yes,
Okay.
I think it comes out in May.
I guess I'm confusing it with Ultimate Alliance, which was just on Switch.
Marvel Ultimate Alliance, I liked back in high school.
The first one's good.
Isn't Crystal Dynamics just putting that one out?
It's Crystal Dynamics still around.
I thought that was the one that did Tomb Raider.
That's putting out the Marvel game?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Maybe.
I don't know.
Maybe
I didn't
Core.
research this very well, but it looks fun. Most of the gameplay I've seen.
I haven't heard anything about it since E3, and most people are like, that doesn't look like Thor. Like, that was the big criticism I heard. It's like,
Well, he
who
doesn't look
cares?
like Thor in the comics or whatever. So
Yeah.
I think most of those people were like, "That's MCU or bust." So whatever. Yeah, I took a shot at you people that don't like Thor. Whatever. Final Fantasy VII Remake. I'm caught. So I have this on my list, but I am opted.
I have
Pessimistic
zero
or
hopes for
optimistic?
that game.
Why zero?
Because
Why zero?
They're changing so much about it that people are gonna love it. It's gonna play like Kingdom Hearts, guys. Like I hate it. Or Final Fantasy 15, which wasn't that much different from Kingdom Hearts.
What worries me is they're
And
putting it
guess
out
what?
in episodes.
Yes, you're not gonna leave Midgard in that game.
What?
Does anyone play Final Fantasy 7?
I haven't. I watched my friend play it. Never
Yeah, I
played it.
The first good chunk of that game is in a giant city called Midgard,
Mm-hmm.
and I bet that first episode is that's all they've shown.
What do you mean they're releasing it in episodes?
They're gonna.
They're not gonna release the whole
Yeah,
game
you-
at once.
you
It's
go and
just
buy the
gonna be,
game,
like,
you're not
in
gonna get the full
sections.
game right off the bat.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's probably because they really dug themselves into a weird hole where they were like, "Oh God, we said we are going to build this," and it ends up
this
being...
game is long and has a lot of locations and art that you have to redo for this PS4 game.
Yeah, they fucked themselves. It'd be funny if they never actually put out the full game.
Yeah, I remember when they first announced it. I was talking to a buddy of mine. He was just like, he loves Final Fantasy VII, but he doesn't.
Was
really
it Chris?
He doesn't really keep up with like the modern game cycle. Like
me and Chris like connect on.
Yeah, he likes old stuff, and that's fine. But he was just like, he's like, man, I bet it comes out in 2000. I bet it comes out in 2017 at the 20th anniversary of Final Fantasy VII, and it like just got announced. I'm like, dude. You have no idea. Yeah. Like, it won't even be out in 2018 or 2019. He's like, no, man, 2017. I'm like, all right. 2020. I bet it doesn't even come out then. I bet it gets delayed.
Yeah. And my number one is Last of Us 2.
Oh, yeah. Last of Us 1 was...
not even on my radar, because I didn't play the first
a
one.
great game.
Did you play Last of Us 2?
It's not out yet.
Oh.
Last of Us 1.
He's talking about what's going to be coming out.
Okay, got it.
Last of Us 1, for its time, was a really, really great game. And I'm going to go ahead and spoil it all up. I shot all those motherfuckers in there that were trying to hurt Ellie.
Oh, yeah.
Because I heard later on that you didn't have to shoot him. And I was like...
I didn't know that either. I shot everybody, too.
Yeah, I was like, you motherfuckers are trying to hurt my friend. I'm getting you. And I went in there and shot him.
There are 2 punches of the gut in that game. The beginning and the end.
Yeah.
The very beginning and the very end are just like...
when he lies to Ellie.
Yes.
Yeah.
Whoa. And how do you make a 2 based on that? What happens in that game?
Man, it touches my heart.
I mean, have you seen the trailer?
I've seen parts of it. Like, I know she's grown up and Joel's there.
I was,
and it's like a revenge tale where like her lover was killed or whatever.
Yeah. I was legitimately like angry when they took her and they were gonna do stuff. Like, even if it was supposed to be saving the world or whatever, I was like, no, you don't break up this partnership. Like, it took them a while to get back together because fucking Joel almost died and you thought he was dead. Yep. And when it got to that point, I felt a mission to, like, I'm going in there and fucking getting her. I'm sneaking around and I'm going around trying to get through. Yeah. And I get in that room and then like I see these motherfuckers getting ready to try to operate on it, and I was like, no, sorry, this is the end of your road, motherfuckers.
Playing that game didn't click for me until you played as Ellie. When you're like, just her being that child with a bow and arrow, having to take on these giant
and that
men.
the bar scene where she's being attacked, and you're like, you're screaming at the fucking TV because like this guy's trying to like basically rape her like inside the bar. She's like 12. Yeah, and you're like, what the fuck? Like, don't know. Like, you are gonna get yours in a fucking minute, and it was a very
it's such a good game.
Interesting experience because if I remember, like after that bar scene, you switch back to Joel, and you're like, I'm going to town. And I'm gonna fucking clean house.
And you get it. Where's it? Boston, where you see the giraffes.
Yeah,
coming up,
and then it kind of like pans out.
Yeah,
and, like at the time on PlayStation 4, it still looked fucking beautiful. I bought that game on the spot when I saw it for sale for like $20. And I think it's still in the wrap, like at home. But I plan to play it again when I get
on PS Plus. Wow.
Yeah, when I get a solid like this is coming out and not like another pushback or whatever, then I will. Maybe a couple weeks before play through the entire first game.
It'll probably be a game that I watch you play because I'm just not interested in it.
No.
I played it up to the point where Joel is upside down, hanging from a rope, shooting zombies upside down.
No. Clickers.
I mean, I wouldn't want to play it because it's not my type of game, but the story...
The story's good, and usually I'm motivated by story, but the gameplay with the sneaking around.
That's what I'm saying. It never clicked for me until I started playing Zelda. That's when I was like, okay,
yeah,
I get it now.
I can sneak around all the time.
Nah.
I think I just like companion-based games. When you have a companion, that's why I like God of War so much because like
Bioshock Infinite.
Yeah, that too. My problem with Bioshock Infinite was it was getting a whole lot of praise for really, really shitty like shooting mechanics that were like not that great.
Well, I think the thing that people liked about Infinite was more about the storyline and the characters than it was
and
the
world.
mechanics. Yeah.
When you first show up in Colombia, and you see like the hummingbirds and stuff.
It is a beautiful game.
I like companion games So I think that's the reason why I like that game. It's the reason why I like God of War, where you run around with Boy, and then he like gets pissed off at you. He gets pissed off halfway through the game at you, and you're like, oh man,
he becomes a brat. That we're
Yeah.
talking about all sorts of games, but he becomes a fucking brat halfway through that game.
Really?
Fuck you, child.
When I train new girls at work, I go follow.
Yeah.
Yeah. When so at work, I'll go over book stuff with them. Like, this is like day one. This is what we're doing. I'm like, okay, we're gonna go around the hospital now. Follow.
Yeah. I think it's called Last of Us Part 2. I don't know if
Yeah,
it's
I
Last
think
of
it's
Us
Part
2,
2.
but I'm ready. That's my most anticipated game. On the way here, I remembered that other game, the Samurai game that's coming out.
Ghost of Tsushima.
Yeah, that one looks really good.
It looks like Red Dead, but you're
as long as it
fucking
plays,
feudal Japan.
I don't think I'll ever enjoy a Dark Souls game.
No, it's Sucker Punch. It will be like fucking Infamous.
Yeah. So
They
then
make really good playing games.
I should have put that one on the list too. Maybe instead of
Honorable mention.
yeah, it's an honorable mention. That one looks fun. I couldn't think of anything.
I'm
else.
surprised it's a PS4 game. I thought they would push it back and make it a PS5 game for the holiday.
Did you see what was that one game where they're all in that? So this is a sidebar, but at E3 there was a game where you're in this room in a top-down view, and you're this table, and there's a wife and husband.
Oh, where you're talking to each other. And
Yeah,
you're,
and
like,
you're
keep
basically,
reliving
like,
the same scene over and over.
Yeah, you're like solving a murder or her murder or something like that. I haven't seen anything else of it. I tried to go through to look through E3. It looked like a really interesting game, but I don't know.
What
I can't remember what the name it was.
disappeared.
So if anybody knows that and you're listening, fucking
Leave a comment.
yeah, type it in. But yeah.
So I'm gonna gauge some stuff here. How many lists do people have left?
I have one more left.
I'm done.
Josh is done.
But I can make up. I got a rant that I want to. It's gonna be my only one list. Things that should be left.
Because
in this.
I've got
Currently,
three.
I've got 3 left, but I can definitely cut one.
Well, how about my next 2 will be short. I'll do 2. You do 2.
That's cool.
So my next list is the top 3 classic mini consoles played in 2019. So if you're not
Very
sure
specific.
what those are the little mini consoles that are all the rage nowadays, starting with the NES Classic, and then the Super NES, PlayStation, Sega Genesis. The TurboGrafx is getting one next year. They made a Commodore 64 one. They've been doing all sorts of crazy stuff. So number 3 is the NES Classic.
Okay.
And I wrote down here beside it, emulation, because our NES Classic is hacked.
Oh.
So it
Yeah.
has basically any console you could think of with a D-pad and 2 buttons. So like a Game Boy, TurboGrafx, Sega Master System, a bunch of other systems on it and games you could play on it. And it's just really cool to go back and see a bunch of games like that. Like, I don't know. I had a lot of fun with it, just messing around with it. That weekend we modded it.
Yeah.
Number 2 is the Sega Genesis Classic. We just got this one recently. It was a gift, surprise gift.
Surprise gift. Oh my gosh, I wish you could have seen Andy's
And my jaw
face.
dropped. I did not
His
expect it.
jaw dropped.
I thought it was for my friend Paula. I thought we were going for like this Paula, Kathy love him. We're gonna give each other presents, and she pulled that out of the bag. I was like,
That was his face, like legit.
yeah.
That's the
My
face
jaw
he
dropped.
made.
So this particular one, it has not been modded. We've only had it for a week,
Yeah.
and I don't know if I would mod it because a lot of the Sega Genesis games, I have multiple ways to play those games.
Yeah.
But I like this because the curation of the games that they put on there, I think it's like 41 games, I believe is the number. And they're all really good. There's a lot of picks from out of nowhere, like you wouldn't expect to be Castlevania Bloodlines to be up there, or Contra Hardcore, Dynamite Heady, or Mega Man The Wily Wars is up there. That game didn't even come out in America. They made a lot of really good choices with the game selection. And it's really cool. And number 1 is the PlayStation Classic.
That's the one, you modded that one too.
Yes.
Oh,
And that's
okay.
why it's up here, because if it was just the base one, it wouldn't be on the list because it fucking sucked. Because that game list on that fucking thing when it came out was terrible.
Man, I disagree with your list.
What?
I don't think PlayStation 1 games are that great.
I think they're good because I haven't played them as much, because these other 2, you can emulate very easily. The PlayStation can be emulated easily, but I just never got into that.
Does it have Siphon Filter?
It does. But mine now has like 140 games on it. Like, you name it, it probably has it up there. But
Oh man.
you just, it's games that I never even thought I'd play in my life because it's like, it's Suikoden 2. This game's $300. It's an RPG. I could just play it now. And Jade Cocoon, like a game I've read about. It's like a fucking proto Pokemon on the PlayStation. I could play that now. I don't know. So
Love Suikoden.
yes, and like, oh my god, I'm so happy. One day, I wanted to do it before the end of the year. Was just hook it up to the Elgato and just do a fucking marathon live stream of just playing PlayStation games on that thing.
Yeah.
And it didn't happen. 2020 goals. How about that?
2020 goals.
So that's my first list of 2. Y'all ready for this?
Yeah.
Top 2 most disappointing games of 2019.
Top
Wait,
2.
Top 2.
aren't we rotating?
No, I said I'll do 2.
2 and then you do 2.
Oh, okay.
So we'll catch up with Shelby's 1 and
And Josh's 0.
yes. But he has a rant.
Oh.
We'll
God.
close it out with a rant.
Scheduled rant.
I can't even imagine what it is.
Number 2, Kingdom Hearts 3. I wrote.
That's fine.
I didn't write literally look. NES Classic Rhodes emulation. I wrote like a paragraph for Kingdom Hearts 3. You ready for this?
It's like...
Go ahead.
I'm just gonna read this. It's like, this shouldn't make the list because I wasn't gonna buy it to begin with. Kingdom Hearts 2 came out in 2005.
Yeah.
This game came out in 2019. That's
Yes.
14 years worth of difference.
It is.
And I thought I was done with Kingdom Hearts. I'm like, if you put it out in 2007, I would have bought it. I said, but seeing the Toy Story world in motion made me want to buy it because, like, as soon as you get out that house, it looks beautiful. Like, run around the street, like.
It's a beautiful game.
Speaking
Yes.
of Toy Story, so Andy's name is Andy, but he definitely has a brother named Woody.
Yes, it's very weird.
Dude, can I do a sidebar on that? The fucking music in Toy Story
It's
World
terrible.
over and over and over and over and over again made
terrible.
me fucking want to... It was like...
Please come.
Oh,
Yeah.
man, it was... What's wrong?
Please read that.
Dude, I'm
You
in
cut
Raleigh
this
at
out.
the Hurricanes game.
Fucking
Oh, wow.
Rami Caramelou. Are you fucking kidding me? I'm so mad right now.
But yeah, onward with your rant.
Where was that? But it does make the list because I really did like Kingdom Hearts 2. I played that game, I beat it. I still have the save from when I beat it. Someday I'm going to load it up and record me trying to fight that final boss again because
Yes.
the final boss is crazy. But the game feels like it was made in 2005, even though it came out in 2019, and that's not good enough anymore. Also, the story is bullshit. And I shouldn't be mad about it, but I am. Also, there's 0 Final Fantasy characters in that game. 0. See that? 0. There were 0 Final Fantasy characters in that game. The other 2 had
The
like,
other 2 had
it
him.
had Cloud. It had Squall Leonhardt, even though they just called him Leon.
Mm-hmm.
It had Yuffie. It had Eris. It had
They called Squall Leon.
they just called him Leon.
Yeah.
What the
Uh,
fuck? What
And he
is
had
that
long hair
about?
too. It had Sephiroth. It had
That ain't right.
it had Titus. It
I'm
had
offended.
it had Waka.
And they did this stupid bullshit at the end where they're like, there's a box. What's in the box?
Oh, I'm gonna get that DLC.
Is it? Oh, yeah.
I thought it was actually going to be a real game. Like a
I
part
don't
4.
know.
I don't know. Fuck it. I ain't buying the 4th one.
What else, Andrew?
Number 1 most disappointing games of 2019: Borderlands 3.
Really?
I
Okay.
thought it was
That's
I'm
funny
glad that we're not the only ones.
Yeah.
I thought it was fun that both my disappointing games had 3 at the time. But I said I beat this game and I cannot tell you why. The most damning thing I can say about this game is that it's forgettable. It's more forgettable than Borderlands 2 was, and that was pretty forgettable for me. I really like Borderlands 1. Borderlands 2 was like I even when we hooked everything up in the office in this new house, I was really excited about putting Borderlands 2 in and seeing where I left off. I was like, I can't remember, did I start a new game? Did I max out my character or whatever? Nope. Level 32 or whatever it was. Did I beat the game? And that's the way it was. That's the way it's going to be for this game too. And I don't know. I guess I beat this game because of just sheer like hatred. I don't know. Like I felt so underpowered for everything. Like I kept fighting these bosses and dying over and over and over again. I was like, I could fucking do this. I beat the first 2 by myself. I can do this. And I'd make it past the boss, and then they did a patch. And I played as Zane. Is that the dude?
Mm-hmm.
The dude with the flying robot. They did a patch, and I'm pretty sure they changed what kind of guns drop, because I didn't have a gun that I even liked until that patch came out, and then I started getting stuff that I did like.
Which is weird because they advertised that there would be like so many guns in the game.
19 billion different
But then
varieties of guns.
that didn't make the game better. It just made it easier, and it still. I will tell you this: for as disappointing as the game was, I was super hyped for this game. My love for Borderlands 1 still holds true. They announced the Borderlands 4. I still probably like, all right, let's do it, because I love Borderlands 1 that much.
Man, 1 must have really made an impact on you.
It was.
1 was really good.
I
To
played
go
through
through
it.
2 and 3 and be
Still get
committed
excited about
to
4?
purchasing 4.
Can I ruin the best moment of the game for you guys?
Are
Right
we
now.
gonna play it?
It's not even a story spoiler,
Oh,
but it's the best moment of the game.
doesn't involve Tarantino because I loved her.
No. So you know that there's the antagonists of the game, or brother and sister.
Right.
You take out one before the other. One's the final boss, one is not.
I'm gonna guess that the girl is the final boss.
That you'd be mostly right.
Mostly.
You take out one of them, and it fades to black, and it says "to be continued" in Borderlands 4. And it holds it there for a while, and then it starts counting down 4, 3, 2, 1, and it got me, because it's just counting down like, you get to go right now. I was like, you motherfuckers, you won't do that. You will not do that. And they didn't. That was pretty funny. They totally got me with that little joke.
That sucks. Oh gosh.
But yeah, Gearbox, you're better than this. Or maybe you're not, because most of the games you've been putting out is shit. You're really good.
Yeah.
Poop jokes only can take you so far.
Yeah.
Yes. All right. Ken Brown.
What are your 2 lists?
Okay, so one of my lists just has 1 on it. But favorite random obsession is the Club Mochi Mochi pillows. I love them things.
She had one in her hand today.
I was
What is
hugging it all through Best Buy. It was the Mario hat. It's them really soft
Oh, yeah, the
pillows.
Cappy.
The Mario Kart ones.
Happy. Okay.
Yes. So currently I own the blue shell, the banana, the red mushroom, and the Yoshi egg. The Yoshi egg sleeps with me every single night. And I end up like sleeping on it with my head instead of my regular pillow.
Mm-hmm.
And now my regular pillows feel hard as fuck. Like,
You just need a bunch of Yoshi eggs now.
Yeah.
these pillows are amazing. They're amazing. They're so soft. They're so cuddly. I just love them. And I still need the bullet bill. I need the red shell. I need the green shell. I need the red Mario hat. I need the green Luigi hat.
Green Mario.
Green Mario.
And
You almost said it.
I almost
Like,
said it,
unironically.
but I didn't.
It's me, Green Mario.
And now they have like a Kirby one too.
Oh, shit.
Which is sort of random. It's just Kirby.
Hey, right.
So yeah, I'm kind of obsessed. I don't need any more pillows. Like, I have more pillows currently than I can
We got so many
currently
freaking pillows.
hold at once. So I really don't need any more. But I still look for them every time I go to the store,
Yeah.
and I want
She
to hold them.
literally had it in her hand like she was going to buy it at Best Buy, but she got a Sailor Moon DVD instead, or Blu-ray.
Yeah.
Oh, which one?
The season 5 part 1.
Of the
Cooler
OG?
Hills Heads prevailed.
No, it's
Well,
Sailor Stars.
They
or
just
whatever.
released it. Yeah, it's like Sailor.
It's Sailor Stars, but
Yeah.
it's from the original 90s run.
Yeah.
Okay.
From 1996.
Did you have you seen that?
I haven't seen them.
Fuck.
I have not seen them.
I watched it as a kid because my friend had it on DVD, and it was not English dubbed because it was
Wow,
never
yeah.
released in America.
This is the first time I think it's been released.
It
English.
is, yes,
English
it is.
dub.
And now that you said that, I am very much interested in going to get it so I can watch it in English, because as a
I'm
middle school
excited.
kid reading that shit, it was tedious.
She was like reading the characters off.
Can
it
you
was like
tell me-
Sailor Star Destroyer. Like,
Yeah,
it
Sailor
was like, that's a man.
The Sailor
Can you
Stars,
tell-
no, Andy. I'm like,
It's
cover your
not
ears.
those.
They are women.
Yeah.
I know, but when they're dressed up, they look like men.
They disguise themselves as
Yeah.
Yeah, they had different art. Like here's dude in the suit. Here's
Seiya.
Latex.
Yeah.
Seiya.
So I haven't seen any of these, and I didn't realize. I guess because the packaging is so similar to season 4. Like I didn't realize it. I didn't register it immediately as new content on the shelves. But Andy pointed it out, and I melted, and I had to buy it.
I want to watch it.
And I haven't gotten part 2, but I almost bought part 1 and part 2. But then I was like, man, that's like $100. I was like,
For a Blu-ray.
fuck.
We're going to Best Buy tomorrow.
And I was like, I'm gonna get part 1.
Oh no! Don't twist my arm.
But man, I have. This is new content for me.
I'm
have
just
not
excited it's
seen
in
this
fucking
season.
English. Oh my god. I'm
Mind blown in podcast right now.
in the podcast right now. I have to go watch.
Yes.
I
This
just want
is-
to know what they say in English. I mean, I read the subtitles and I kind of know what's going on. But as an adult, now I'm really
Well,
not
I
following
only
along.
know what's kind of going on because it comes with this really nice 96-page full color booklet, and
It
so
explains every single
it
episode.
like has a page for every episode, and it explains it in like 2 sentences.
Okay.
And so I read through all this today, so I
You should
know.
have just watched.
I know, but I was
Watch it,
so
Kathy.
excited. I
Yo,
kept
there was
watching the
a
call.
concept art person for one of the Sailor Scouts, and I was like, "Is that Sailor Chibi Chibi Moon?" It got
It
like,
is
"Yep,
Sailor
it is."
Chibi Chibi Moon.
I was like, "I fucking made that up," and it literally says Sailor Chibi Chibi Moon on it.
She doesn't talk. She says chibi chibi.
And she's cute.
She's so little. I think I don't know what age.
Like
she's
she
supposed
had to
be.
be 2 or 3. I mean,
She can only say her name.
she's
She's a toddler.
tiny. And cute.
What's your next list?
Okay.
Best
So
Sailor Scout.
I feel like I've been saving this because this is a good one. But it is favorite games played this year.
That's not your last list.
No,
Okay, what's your last one?
my last list is personal.
All right.
Andy.
But this is my list. Favorite games played this year. So they didn't necessarily come out this year, but I played them this year in 2019. So number 8, I know, 8, is Harvest Moon. I just got into that, and definitely it is the inspiration for Stardew Valley. So I've been playing the Super Nintendo version on my Superboy and have been getting into it. So I'm in the 2nd season. I'm still in winter. No, I'm in summer. I'm in the 3rd season, and there's a lot of hurricanes. I just got scared.
Yo,
Like, it was a hurricane
we were driving to
every
New
other
Bern,
day.
and like every 2 minutes, she's like, "Oh, a hurricane's coming."
And it blows away like half my crops, and then I'm pissed. So, number 7 is My Time in Portia.
Also, Stardew Valley derivative.
Definitely. I loved My Time in Portia, but I didn't love it as much as I loved Stardew Valley. Yeah. I think it's good, but I feel like the story part isn't there with the characters. And there's also, it gets very convoluted and complex in that you have to create something.
That's why I stopped playing.
There's like, you have to create something else to be able to create something, and then you have to create something else to be able to create that. And it's
Yeah.
a lot to keep up with
I
in your
said
mind.
fuck this very quickly. I was like, fuck
It's
this.
Stacks on top of each other.
It stacks. It stacks, but the narratives aren't there that were in Stardew Valley with the
character
Yeah.
relationships. I feel like the narrative in My Time in Portia, like the overall world stuff, is more interesting because it's like a post-apocalyptic.
I mean, yeah, but
End of the world.
it doesn't emphasize that.
No, but it's very interesting that it's like you're finding these pieces of
Sure.
the past civilization.
Ancient, yeah.
Sure. But it's not emphasized.
Yeah.
So number 6 is Yoshi's Crafted World.
You can play as a train.
Yep. It was really, I think, it was well done, but I didn't love it as much as Yoshi's Woolly World.
Yeah, it seemed they just tried to add a handful of things to the same thing.
Yeah. I mean, when you throw the eggs, it's in 3-dimensional space instead of 2-dimensional space, but I definitely think I like 2-dimensional space better than 3-dimensional space.
Yeah.
But anyway. Number 5 is Link's Awakening. that was really fun. I didn't play Link's Awakening, the original game, so I was new
I've
to
never
this
played
game.
a Zelda game.
Ooh.
Well, that being said,
That's probably
Link's
the first one you
Awakening.
beat.
I
Link's
was
Awakening.
I beat A Link Between Worlds.
Oh, that's right. Yep.
But I was on this like Zelda high, and I went to go play Breath of the Wild, which everybody loves. But I got lost. Like, I have no navigational skills in an open world. Like,
She got lost on the Great Plateau, like the beginning.
just zero, no navigational skills.
She's
The
sitting there
struggle was
staring at the
real.
temple, the little temple, the orange temple she has to go to. She's like, I don't know what to do.
Yeah,
You gotta go.
so I might give up on that, but I really enjoyed Link's Awakening. I thought
a
it
good
was
game.
really good. So number 4 is Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney. So I've been playing
Guilty.
that on
Objection.
3DS. Yes. So you got Phoenix Wright and Mia and Maya and
Miles
Miles
Edgeworth.
Edgeworth, and
Miles Edgeworth has his own game on the DS.
I'm gonna play it. Paula got me this game for my birthday, I think.
Okay.
The trilogy. I
Yeah.
think I'm only on the second game of the trilogy, but the story is really good, and it was awesome. So, 3 is Dead Cells. I've played a lot of that on the PS4, and it's a game I feel like I can take a break
really
from.
good at that game.
I am not good. My brother is really good. Graham has beat it.
Really?
Yes.
Holy shit.
You've
And
beaten the 3 bosses though,
Yeah.
right?
I know, but he's beat
He's beat the game.
all of it. I mean, he puts me to shame. But there must be something about that game that attracts the Browns because we both love it. He has it on the Switch though, and I have
I
it
think
on
he
the
had it on
PS4.
PS4 too. He already had strategies. It was just like, he looked at our collection of weapons. He's like, why'd you get all that? It's like, because we could. He's like, no, you just get the stuff that you like. I'm like, who thinks like that? Just get everything. Fuck it.
Yeah, he's really good at it. I'm not good in comparison, but I still like playing it. I mean, I'm pretty used to that with him anyway. He's like some video
like
game
some idiot
savant.
savant.
I mean, he's just,
And spend most of it playing RuneScape.
yes,
Sounds like my brother.
definitely a lot of RuneScape.
We played it,
Number 2 is Earthbound. It was on a previous list, but I really love that game. It was great. I've heard people talk about it for years, but I had never played it as a child, and I played it now, and it's as good
You
as
like
they
it.
say, and it holds up.
I'm glad it lived up to the hype.
It did live up to
Hype.
the hype. Number 1 is Dragon Quest Heroes Rocket Slime Adventures.
Not even surprised that the Dragon Quest game is.
This is the
Yes.
this didn't
It's
play like a
different.
Dragon Quest game.
I mean, it was a game, it was a spin-off game. It wasn't a part of the real series of Dragon Quest. You play as the slime, and normally the slime is like the
very
most basic enemy.
It's like a Goomba. It's like a fucking whatever basic enemy.
Yeah.
in the game.
But it was so good, y'all, and I played it so fast, and that's how I know it's good.
And it's got good writing and everything.
Is because when you play something that fast and you beat it, you're like, man, that was good. And I didn't want it to be over. It was amazing. But you basically play as this slime. You're part of this town that's been demolished, and you go to these other places and you rescue all your friends and you send them back on this cart to town. And it's
It's a weird game.
the best. But anyway, that was my list.
So you're doing
Are you guys ready for my top 5 games of 2020 that I'm
Let's
looking
do it.
forward to? Number 5, because I put this on here because I'm hopeful, not because it was announced,
Oh.
is a Fable 4. Because high school me just will not stop beating that dead horse. I will not rest and I will not be happy
Josh's
until
face.
there's a Fable 4.
No. It's being made.
It's being made. I
It's
just
being
don't
made
know-
by an Xbox studio from apparently, but they're not gonna. They won't announce it until it might be a game that they announce for the Xbox One X, Series X, whatever you want to call
Whatever
it,
they're gonna
Xbox
call it.
X. I think the
But I will be a very happy girl the day that they announce that there is going to be a Fable 4. And I think it will be, if it is announced, I think it will be next year. Number 4 for me would be the Avengers game, just because I like games like that and I'm very interested in playing it. Number 3 is Cyberpunk, because it also looks very interesting. I don't know if I'll play it. It might end up being a game that I watch you play, and just live vicariously through you.
I'd buy that game day 1.
De uno.
And number 2, Persona 5 Royale. Like I had mentioned earlier, I'm going to pick it up and start from the beginning again.
Fresh.
You know, start fresh, because it's been so long since I played Persona 5 that if I picked it up again, I probably wouldn't remember what to do. So might as well just start over.
What the fuck?
Yeah, maybe
Boo-foo?
I should just start over with that one.
Sure.
You
Maybe
think so?
we'll get Royal
I wish they would have
and
put
we'll
it out on
record it.
Switch.
It'll be
They
a
did that.
series.
You guys can do a joint stream, whatever they call it,
Yeah.
where like you both stream it at the same time
There you go.
on Twitch.
I just love playing it portable. Like, I love playing games portably so much.
Well, wait, is it just PlayStation or?
It's just on PlayStation. The Persona
Yeah.
5 game they announced on the Switch is like a fucking Dynasty.
Oh,
Warrior game.
the Scramble.
Um,
Number 1 anticipated game of 2020, Kathy. Animal Crossing.
yes!
Animal Crossing is fucking coming out
Yeah, that's
for the
sure coming out.
Switch.
Yes.
Yep, it's gonna be great.
And you
I'm
guys
so
ain't gonna, neither one of
excited.
y'all are gonna see us for months.
Yeah, y'all don't understand.
Kathy's gonna come over and steal my flowers.
Yep.
It's gonna be a
Y'all
good
don't
time.
understand.
Shelby was like a little bummed out about it. She's like,
I was a little sad.
she was like,
Just because they were color coordinated in specific spots.
she's like, Kathy, come and steal my flowers. And I was like, why don't you just tell her that she?
I was like, no, I can just buy more.
Can you put up a sign like, don't steal these?
Don't steal
I don't
it.
even know what you can
Well,
do. In
I
that
just
one.
went to Shelby's world and it was so like more developed than mine.
She's like, I've never
I
seen these
just got
flowers before. I'm gonna...
I got excited. Which this last Animal Crossing was the first Animal Crossing that I've played. I know there have been several previous to that.
I played the GameCube one briefly,
Honestly-
but I didn't get into it as much as I did on the DS.
I have that one now. Paula got it
The
for me, I
GameCube
think.
one.
Yeah.
I might actually
That-
try it.
That game
I should
requires a save on the GameCube that takes up the entire GameCube memory card.
Holy fuck!
Yeah. But this last one I'd gotten into. And I didn't really know what I was doing in Animal Crossing at first. I didn't really get it. It's unlike any game that I had ever played before. But I got into it, and then I started realizing that you can do more and more and more and more. And when I saw Shelby's World, it was like amazing. So of course I wanted to steal all of it.
I
of course.
also unlocked the sewing machine where you can use QR codes for like different things.
Yeah, I
and
think you told me about that.
I had like paths and sidewalks in my town because I used the QR codes.
You know what she also did? She sold her town out for all
I did.
the-
I sold my. Well, I
You
wanted.
sold your tank.
Well, I wanted to start over, and the only way you can start over, like start a new game, is to sell your town.
How do you sell it?
You're the
Do
mayor.
you like make money off of it
Uh-huh.
in the game?
I had over $1 million starting out.
Wow.
They were homeless. There was homeless people everywhere.
Where's KK Slider going to play his guitar at?
And I don't know. Fuck cake.
I might actually pick it up since now they have a Switch Lite.
You should.
And you can come over to my town.
I'm gonna take all your.
I don't know if
Fuck
you're going to
the rest of my
understand it
flower.
I'm gonna
based
take
off the
your
games
flowers.
you play.
Me and Kathy are gonna coordinate and take all
Yeah.
your flowers
We'll
and then
come in.
reorganize them in a different
We'll
way.
come and thieve your shit.
Well, I already know
This
this.
is done. I'm the only one that wrote mine
Yep.
I wrote mine.
on paper.
Oh, yeah. Digital for life.
Am I gonna do my rant now?
Was
You're
it
2 beers in, so I'm interested to hear your TED Talk.
My TED Talk.
TEDx?
Mine's just about things that should be left in this decade.
Oh my god.
Like what?
Like,
Here's the curmudgeon old man hour.
Yeah.
oh, stop. Yeah, dabbing should be no.
Whoa.
Ironic dabbing's still good, but if you're really dabbing out in the club and you're thinking you're cool,
What about the floss dance?
ironic flossing's kind of funny too.
I just see kids doing it. I'm like, stop.
I do
Yeah.
it. I do
I
it at
think
work.
flossing is funny. I think it's funny.
One of my biggest pet peeves happened today, and I was like, man, I'm gonna put this on my list. Is someone going into the wrong door?
What
at
do
a
you mean by
restaurant?
that?
So if there's 2 doors, everyone knows you go in the right
It's
door.
a keep right society.
Yeah.
That is not how people walk through the door.
I always equate it to you graduated from Pitt Community College if you go in the left door, because that's the only fucking place that it was a lot of people going through the left door.
Not true.
It just...
I think every Walmart I can think of, the entrance is on the left.
Just go to the right, people. We're a civilized society. Just go to the right. I don't... Number one, I don't want to have to feel pressured to hold the door open for you because you want to come into the left side when I'm trying to leave. Just go into the right door. And, it's just one of those things.
We went on the wrong side of the entrance at Best Buy today.
Yeah.
We did.
Just today.
You went through the exit?
Yes.
Yep.
I had to poop.
Well, you had to find the most direct path possible. You could get waved on that. But
Path of least resistance.
the problem is when you're trying to leave a building, so we were leaving Cracker Barrel because we went and ate Cracker Barrel this morning.
We had brunch.
And we're trying to get out the right side. And the flow of traffic is you come in on the left side, and no, these motherfuckers are holding the left door open, letting people through. And it's like, I just want to leave. I don't want to have to sit here and have some sort of socially weird, incident with y'all where you're holding the door and then you have to do this weird thing where someone's holding it to the right and you're you fucking shoots and ladders under the arm just so you can get out. Listen, 2019, let's leave going out the wrong door in the past and move on in society.
Keep right.
And use your fucking turn signal in a car too. How about that too? That's all. When people don't use their turn signal, that's another thing that tilts me. It's I'm behind you and you just start slowing down without hitting your brakes.
There's a lot of people that don't use their turn signal.
I'm just I'm going to turn. But yeah, use the right door and use your turn signal. I didn't think I needed to make a list, but for some reason, those are the two things that are tilting me over the last
Top
few
two
days.
things are bullshit.
Yeah.
That is hilarious.
Get your shit together, Greenville.
I love that list.
South Carolina.
All right.
Giving away our location, Jesus Christ.
There's 14 Greenvilles in the United States,
So, I didn't do a most anticipated games in 2020, but I can go and tell you there's only one game on that list, and that's
Cyberpunk.
Cyberpunk. I love The Witcher 3. I will buy anything else that team puts out for a while. So, this is my top 6 games played in 2019. Actually, there's 7 games on this list because I added an honorable mention, and that is Control from Remedy Software. I've never played one of their games before. They did Alan Wake, Max Payne. They just recently did Quantum Theory on the Xbox One.
Yeah.
the weird TV show tie-in thing.
Yes. I've never played one of their games. It's the first one I played. I got it on Black Friday. I'm not that far into it. I will tell you that there's one thing I really, really dislike about this game, and that's the map. It fucking sucks. I can't figure out where the fucking go. Try to tell me to go somewhere. I'm like, I'm standing on the exclamation point. Why is there nothing here? It fucking is bad. But I like the aesthetic of it all. It feels like a prestige TV show, like something you'd see on Netflix. Everyone's raving about, like the storytelling and the presentation is fucking top notch, and I fucking love it. Okay, number 6, Monster Boy and the Cursed Kingdom. It's a game I haven't beaten yet. I'm about 80% through with it. It is basically a spiritual successor to the Wonder Boy series, and I'm not going to go deep into that, but it's basically a old school style platformer game with Metroid elements where you're getting items to get into new areas and you're getting new equipment and stuff like that. It's very, it's got a great art style, great music. I believe that one guy, his name is escaping me, did the music. Yuzo Koshiro. He's a very old school Japanese. People who know him, and he's done a lot of soundtracks and a lot of saxophone in the soundtrack. Fucking, so yeah, I can get behind this. Number 5, Legend of Zelda: Link's Awakening. It's on Kathy's list too. I really liked it. It's one of those games that I beat in like a handful of
yeah, it didn't take long.
Sittings, and I did play the game when it first came out on the Game Boy back in the day, and the only part about that game that sucks is that the Eagles Tower dungeon where you have to carry around that ball, and I remembered it, and I told Kathy when she got there, I was like, you need to play this dungeon.
It wasn't bad for me because you guided me through that.
Yeah, it's like, you have to play this dungeon in one sitting. If you don't, it's going to be a problem. So she got through it fairly easily. It was a problem for me.
I could see why it would be a problem.
Number 4 is Super Mario Maker 2.
Oh yeah, you like the first one.
Super Mario Maker 2 does not have the same magic that Super Mario Maker 1 had.
What's different?
I don't know. Maybe it's the Wii U tablet. Just being able to make adjustments to levels very quickly.
With the stylus?
Yeah, and play it immediately. The Switch, you can't really do that because there's not two screens. Like everything is up. You're basically playing on one screen.
Right.
But that being said, I made more courses in this Mario Maker 2 than I did in Mario Maker 1 because you could have more. You could upload more. Yeah, I believe the limit.
I
for,
find that I don't like creative games like that. And it's weird because like I'm a creative person and I love painting and art and all that stuff.
It was really
but I
fun
really
for
don't
me.
like creative games. It's weird.
It was fun for me to have an idea and see it through, and just make a little level. I will say that the first one was more fun because your brother and sister had it in Canada and it was fun. We were Snapchatting us playing their levels, they playing us levels, and like it was fun seeing them like fuck up in places like, yeah, you would fuck up there, yeah. And that didn't really happen with this game because I didn't know anybody else that was playing it. But I did make a lot of levels and it was fun, like going every day, seeing who played it, seeing where they died, seeing that you can leave comments and stuff, seeing who commented on what. But I'll tell you, my favorite thing about this game.
What?
Number one favorite thing about Super Mario Maker 2.
What?
So when you play the game, I'm sure I've said this on multiple podcasts since the game came out, but when you play online, you can sort by most popular courses, newest courses, all this other stuff. I always sorted by new and played the courses that were just uploaded. And when you look at your course ID, like when you make a course, you see the world record for who's beaten it the fastest, and you see the person who's beaten it first. So I played a bunch of shitty ass courses to be the first person to play. So my fucking face was staring back at you on every 8-year-old's account who fucking made it the fucking shitty level, which is a Goomba that you hit and then you hit.
It was your purpose.
Yes, and I wanted to have as many first clears as I can get. That became an obsession for like a month. Like I just if I played a level and I beat it and I was like the second person who cleared it because someone was playing at the exact same time, I'd be pissed. Like, no! Also, there was a bunch of cool levels that went kind of viral for that game. The one that stands out the most to me is Mario Goes to McDonald's.
That's funny.
It was a great level. It was a great level. Like he gets in the car, he drives to McDonald's, he eats a Big Mac, he gets big, he gets fat, he has to go to the gym afterwards. It was amazing.
That's awesome.
Yes.
Graham needs to see that.
Yeah. I think I showed it to your sister.
But did you show it to Graham? Graham's the one that works at McDonald's.
Well, your sister used to work at McDonald's.
She did.
So number 3 is a game that did not come out this year. It's called Is Lacrimosa of Donna. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right. It is an Ys game, and I'm not going to sit here and describe Ys to y'all because it's a very old series. I will say it's a Japanese RPG, and usually you can basically write the story for those games in your head, like without even hearing what the title is or anything. It's like, a plucky young group of people is going to save the world. That's basically every Japanese RPG ever.
Right.
True.
This one was different because you start out on a ship. You're Adol Kristen. You're famous swordsman. He's basically Link from Legend of Zelda.
Okay.
And he's just on a ship. He just wants to get from one continent to another. He's on a passenger ship. And the ship wrecks. And you get on a desert island. And you have to figure out a way to get off. Like you're rescuing other passengers. You're getting resources. I really like that conceit of the game. Like it was very grounded. It kept me playing for a long time. It didn't pan out that way. It kind of became save the world at the end, which I didn't like. But those opening 20, 30 hours, I loved. Like I was like, this is great. This is great. That's why it's number 3. It didn't come out this year, though. But I played it this year. Number 2 is the Resident Evil 2 remake. Let me tell y'all, I bought a lot of Resident Evil games, and I didn't end up liking them. Like I bought Resident Evil 1, the director's cut on the PlayStation, and I returned it because I didn't like it that much. I bought 4 when it came out on the GameCube. I played about halfway through it and just fell off. I bought 5 on the 360. Didn't even get halfway through. I was just like, no.
Yeah.
Bought 7 on the PS4, mostly We did the whole VR thing.
You were too scared
It was
to play.
very scary. It was very scary.
I was scared watching him play. He would only play it at night.
But that probably has
In the
less to do
dark.
with the game design and more to do that I'm a fucking scaredy cat. That I didn't play that game. This game is the first Resident Evil game I've ever beat out of all those. And I think the testament to this game being so good is the fucking map. It's so genius. Like they highlight the rooms. Like you can see, okay, I've done everything in this room I can do. I still have to find stuff in this room. Or I can't pick this up. Like this item that I need for somewhere else. It keeps that on the map. And it says what it is. Like I need this gear, but I can't pick it up right now. My inventory's full. It says right there on the map. You know exactly where to go.
Okay.
Even stuff like the map saved me so many times where I'm just like in a room like about to die, and I'm just like, looking around, and I pull up the map and realize, oh, there's a green herb in this map that will heal me that I just didn't even see. It's there. It just shows it on the map. I'm like, this is incredible. That being said, I'm not very good at this game. I had to roll back a save about an hour and a half because I was in the sewers and I had no bullets, no healing items, and 1 hit away from death. I spent the entire game 1 hit away from death. Even when I'd heal myself, I'd immediately get hit again.
The only part I had a lot of trouble with was... Ooh, that might actually be the second playthrough.
You played the first time as Leon, right?
Yeah.
I played as Claire.
And then your second
Ooh,
playthrough
then you probably
was
know about this. It's where you have to knock the eye monster off.
You fight him several times.
Yeah, there's a time where he's running and you have to drop down onto this ledge.
Oh yeah,
and you have to knock-
yep. With the
That was the only time I played. Like I had to do multiple.
because it doesn't tell you that you
Yeah.
go hit this button at this point.
Yeah. So that was the only thing that I fucked up. But yeah, you said it kind of had a weird ending. You play it through the second time and you get the real ending.
Yeah, I'm sure that makes total sense, but it's just like in the Claire playthrough, the Claire A playthrough, it's like, where's Leon?
Yeah.
Oh, here he is. He just shows up. Like, okay.
Yeah, so you basically play all this stuff. But it's funny. I had moments of like, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you, and as I'm running by, and then like...
Yeah. That's when I went back and I got to the sewers. I got to the part where you have to do the chess pieces.
Yeah, that was actually one of her favorite parts of watching.
Yeah, that was a totally cool
It helped
puzzle.
you.
But I was about to die. Like I had nothing. So I was like, okay, I have to go back to the police station. Like I was actually watching someone else play online, and it was just like they were getting all this stuff from the police station that I just didn't get. I was like, fuck. I was like, I had to go back. And I didn't know at that point that you can go back to the police station from the sewers.
Mm-hmm.
But I didn't know, so I just reloaded the save, and I went back to where you're playing this little girl running from the dude in the orphanage, and I got all the stuff. And after that, I was set for the rest of the game. But yeah, I'm just not very good at this game.
It's kind of a testament to like how good the original one was, because
Yes.
like not much changed except for a few things here or there. The graphics.
Yeah, that's something else.
You still had fixed camera points.
I had done. Did y'all ever play see the Wii games Resident Evil Chronicles? Like they did Umbrella Chronicles, which was they just made like light gun shooters out of Resident Evil 1 and 0, and they did Dark Side Chronicles, which is Resident Evil 2, and I added that to my price target wish list because I wanted to get that game now and see how it looked on like playing through on like as a light gun shooter on the Wii. But yeah, that game's really good. I was so surprised how much I liked it.
I probably wouldn't have played 2 again if I didn't play Biohazard, because I guess I was in that mood.
Also, that game looks incredible.
Yeah.
Like, it's a really beautiful game. I don't like the sewer area that much, and even the Umbrella Lab after that, it's kind of like bland, whatever. But that police station, like, everything's so...
Makes me excited for 3.
Yes. Well, I don't know. The whole Mr. X stuff, I'm like... It was good tension. Like, it got me to just, like, just run.
Yeah.
Just fucking run. Just grab your shit and leave. If they have a whole game with that.
It's just funny because you're like, this motherfucker again.
Yeah.
It's like...
And that noise, that's... I guess it's a song that plays when he's there. It's like this grinding metal sound. It's like...
Yeah.
I know you're there.
I'm going to play 3.
Are you?
day one. I should have put that on my most anticipated now that I think about it, but
It's coming out soon, isn't it?
Yeah, it was recently announced too. So
Yeah, it leaked though. It was like people knew that was coming.
Yeah.
Y'all ready for number one?
Yeah.
Y'all ready for number one?
Yeah.
What do you think it is?
What is it?
I totally knew. I've been able to cheat, but I totally knew this was going to be it because of just how much you talked about it.
It is Bloodstained Ritual of the Night.
Oh yeah, you love the shit out of that game.
I love that
Yeah.
And it's hard to say this is number one because
Why?
I cannot recommend it to anybody.
What? What the
Because
fuck?
it's such a niche.
It's a
game.
niche thing. Like
It's like my Death Stranding.
Yeah, it's like a. It is Symphony of the
I feel
Night
like
too.
all my stuff is niche, so I get it.
Yeah, it's like you. It's like okay, play this game. It's really great, but here's your problems with it, type of thing, or here's some things that it does that games don't do anymore, and it is Symphony of the Night 2 so much that they did exactly what Castlevania Symphony of the Night did, but added so much on top of it that I didn't know I wanted or what it could have been doing.
Right.
That I was shocked how much I did like it. So much so that I played through it, most of it streaming on Twitch.
I enjoyed watching you stream it.
And I beat it. I got the good ending. Did everything to get there. But now I have the PS4 version. A physical version. I wanted a physical version. I love the game so much. I want a physical version of this game. And I'm going to try to do everything.
It's on Game Pass too.
I'm going to try to platinum that game. So,
yeah, I've looked at it a few times on Game Pass. I'm like, man, Andy really liked that game. I should try it, but I haven't downloaded it yet.
I will say this: I'm a fucking hypocrite because I literally was just spouting off how much I didn't like Kingdom Hearts 3 because it was a game from 2005 and it didn't really advance. Bloodstained's a game from 1997, but they just added a bit more.
Mm-hmm.
Like even like the controls, like the nuance of jumping and attacking in that game feels like it's from Castlevania Symphony of the Night. They kept it that precise, and that's my favorite game of the year. And that
Snap.
I will say that 2019 was
It's kind of an
it was an
kind of
A year
an
for me
game.
in games.
It was kind of a year for games in general because I felt like I didn't play as much. And I don't know if that's just a testament of like different lifestyle. I don't know. It didn't feel like there was a whole lot of
There's
like.
not a lot of big marquee stuff, and if there was, it was stuff like I know you like Modern Warfare, but it was stuff like it's Modern Warfare. You know, it's Call of Duty.
There was no like Red Dead Redemption 2
Yes.
this year where it was like
shit.
this is
There was no tentpole release that took 5 years to develop.
There's no
Bloodstained took a long time to develop, but it wasn't a big release.
Right.
There was no like last year you had Red Dead Redemption 2, you had God of War.
Mm-hmm.
What were some of the other ones?
Spider-Man.
Yeah, Spider-Man.
Spider-Man
Spider-Man was
was
fucking
fucking
fantastic. There was a kid that had one in Target the other day, and I felt so proud that this kid was getting ready to go home and play this fucking masterpiece of a game because, like, from the beginning to end,
Insomniac puts out good games.
God, it's such a good game. I cannot wait for 2. Listen, when you do 2, all you gotta do is keep all the same gameplay. You don't need
Because
to
you
change.
motherfuckers live in our state.
Yeah, you don't have to change anything. You don't have to change anything. Just put in
Just
new
put it in a
characters.
different borough of New York because it was
Yeah.
just in Manhattan in the last game.
Or if you want to expand it somewhere else, like all I want is more story. That's all I care
The
for.
story was good.
Yeah,
I think about good years for games recently was 2017 for me. Fucking Breath of the Wild, Horizon Zero Dawn, Persona 5. That was it. Like that was 3 literally back-to-back games that I spent like 100 hours on.
I didn't play. So I have a problem with buying Nintendo games and then not playing them. So I have Mario Party or Mario Maker 3 or 2. I have that one. I think I played it half an hour one night and never picked it back up. We bought that one game. I bought that one game for you.
Oh, the one with the houses.
Yeah, the 3 houses and
The Fire Emblem game?
Yes, the
Fire
Fire
Emblem
game.
yeah, we
I just got
Bar-
that. I
yeah.
haven't opened it yet.
barely.
I
Andy
opened
said
it.
it was easy.
Yeah, I
Barely.
was listening to some Game Media podcast today, and they said it was an easy game.
I got
Fire
Luigi's
Emblem.
Mansion 3. Haven't really.
Oh,
I played it.
I got that too. I
Played a
can't wait
couple
to play
hours
that.
in the bed one night and haven't picked it back up. I'm
I've
just
heard it was
terrible at
good.
that. I don't know. I need to fix that. So after I finish Pokemon,
There's
I'm
just
gonna
so
go back.
much content.
I feel like that's a problem too. Is like we can't think of all these games that came out this year just because I feel like there was a lot spread across different genres and consoles that we can't keep up with what's coming out and playing them.
And that was never going to happen. That's why I came up with this idea. It's like, I'm going
Random
to talk about the food I cook. Like, that type of shit.
It was fun.
Yeah. Do we want to do like one last thing across the table, like of 2020,
like
a personal goal or something?
Personal goals or something, like New Year's resolutions.
I thought one
I have a. I talked to Kat about this multiple times. I have a goal of 2020.
What's your goal?
4K OLED TV
God damn it!
in that living room, and a new receiver that works with 4K, and a PlayStation 5.
Oh my gosh, y'all don't even know.
What's your goal for 2020, Kathy?
4K OLED.
I don't know. Skip me.
How about maybe what do you like better, streaming or recording videos? Whichever one you like better, maybe we can do a little bit. We can do a little bit more of that.
Oh, we definitely need to do more of that. I mean, our goal for 2019 was to move to a different house.
And we did it. It took to the end of the year, but we did it.
It took the entire year, but we did it.
It was a journey.
We still have a few more days to come up with a new goal.
4K. Oh.
Get this man a TV.
Oh my gosh, we have so many TVs. Do y'all know how many TVs we have?
That one can be put out of the pasture.
Yeah.
Or it could be put up against the wall in the gaming room.
Why
I
not?
can't talk about this.
What about
Too
you?
much.
You know what mine is, but I don't want to talk about it on the podcast.
Oh. Okay. Well, then pick something else. That's not so.
Well, it's
Something fun. Let's hear it.
something fun.
Back to Disney World. Let's do it.
We'll go in 2021 to Disney.
Hmm.
How about
2020.
How about Disneyland?
Fuck that. No.
What? This is a small world.
I don't want to go. They have Small World at Disney World.
It's not a real one though.
I don't want to go to California. I don't want to go on a plane.
What a video game or professional or anything.
Well,
Heck,
graduate.
I got a goal. We're fucking talking Mick Foley this year.
Yeah. We'll talk to him on the right side.
We'll talk to him. Maybe getting back into streaming.
Yeah.
Over the summer, since I probably don't need to take summer classes, is get on a regular streaming schedule again and get some extra monies.
Yeah.
Move into a new house would be a good goal too,
Not
but
happening.
not till I graduate. So that's 2021. And a baby. That's my goal.
A baby.
A baby.
BB-8.
My brother's finding out the gender of his child on Monday.
Don't they think it's a boy?
Oh, snap.
Well, we all hope it's a
Like,
boy.
you guys have been calling it a boy.
Yeah. But he's going to keep it a secret from himself and his wife until February
When we get there.
which is really kind of them. I did
That
not
is-
expect
that's very
them
sweet.
to
That's
do
awesome.
that. So I feel a kind gesture
Yes.
in that they are willing to wait for us, which I did not ask for because that's really too much to ask for.
Which I hope they're not asking for predictions from me because I always get it wrong.
What is your prediction?
A girl. Because everyone wants it to be a boy. I'm like, it's not going to
I just want a Graham Wadsworth Brown the Fourth.
I'm trying to think of how low or how high she was carrying when she was here.
Oh, stop with all the superstition stuff.
It
Did a
was,
pencil test.
I feel like it was kind of maybe too early to
Pee
tell
on a stick and
at the time.
twist around 14 times. And
But we
I wanna
had.
learn-
Are you going to want to know?
what? Yeah,
Or are we going to have a reveal party?
I guess so. I want to learn the new language, like programming language, to help me progress further in my career.
C++.
I think I'm
he
going to do
knows,
Java instead.
I know C#. That's my first. Well, maybe one of my goals can be to learn another language. Rory said SQL's pretty easy. Or
Well, you're going to take a class on that.
yeah, I know.
But yeah, I want to learn Java because it seems that my next step, need to know that. That's my goal
That's
for
cool.
2020. So hopefully
Man, they
next
got
year
to
we
do
look
video
back.
games. It's not a 4K OLED TV.
I said streaming.
Sure.
Yeah, I want to stream
Just
a
said
little more
baby. Like,
too. Streaming babies.
Streaming babies.
Streaming babies.
so,
That's the name. Stream no. The name of the
Streaming
episode.
babies.
would you like to take a guess about how long this podcast is?
Probably
3
about
hours.
Almost 3 hours.
Almost 3 hours? Almost?
3.5.
Four.
3:24.
Good
Yeah.
grief. Well, I hope
Can we
whoever's
split it up
listening
into
enjoy-
two?
Here comes part 2. No, we should put it all out.
Actually, part of me is like, should we order pizza?
Yeah, that's what I
So
was
late.
thinking. I ain't cooking now.
Yeah.
Maybe we help someone get through a quarter of their day.
Yeah.
Yeah, long commute. Like,
Yeah.
Long commute, or maybe they just listen to podcasts while they're sitting at
Or
work.
maybe you're really angry at us because you heard something you didn't like. Either way, you should comment down below and subscribe.
this fucking dude likes Death Stranding. That game sucks. Hideo Kojima should be ashamed.
They spent 20 minutes talking about makeup.
I spent 20 minutes talking about making musicals.
And
What kind of
Andy-
gay shit is this?
Andy sweat on the bed.
Yeah. That was too far.
No, because I know I'm with you. Because I admitted that I have night sweats too.
Hey, do you ever do the thing where you get real hot, you just put your leg up?
Yeah.
I woke up.
One leg
I
out.
also don't know if I'm hot or not.
I
have
woke up
night
thinking
sweats.
I pissed myself because, like, I was like, what the hell happened? And no, I'm drenched from the back down because she had one of her. She didn't have it often, but she did have one night sweat that was really bad. I fucking got up and got a towel and wiped myself down, and then I walked over and I was like, I'm wiping you down too.
I thought I was fucking dreaming. I woke up and this motherfucker was wiping me down with a towel. And I
Yeah.
woke up the next morning and I was like, wait.
Thanks for listening to our list podcast called Night Sweats.
Night sweats.
Nights.
It's a side effect of my condition.
Best
Yeah.
night sweats of 2019.
Yeah.
Let's get it.
Yo, I don't sweat that much. so-
Night sweating into the night.
Night sweats and babies.
Yeah.
All right, well, I think 2019 was when we started this stupid thing, and it was fun to do
We continued.
a
Yeah,
It was fun.
kind of a year in review of the bullshit that we like.
I
Because
enjoyed it.
That's what this podcast is about. It's not about what you like. Fuck you.
Yeah.
Well, I
about
don't
what
care
we like.
about what
Why do
people
we
like.
fans? We just abuse them.
They fucking
You like it.
yes.
You sit there and you take
Take it.
You take it, bitch.
Ooh, we just that's probably somebody's geek. We probably should be careful about that. They're just gonna replay that part of us saying
around.
you just sit there and take it.
Top 10 bitches of the year. What is it?
Top 10
10
bitches.
Bitches, yeah.
You,
It's number one.
You're 1 through 10.
1 through 10.
Whatever, I'm number one in everybody's
Top
heart.
10 bitches.
That's why
Seth
your nickname
Rollins.
is B.
Yeah,
Seth
Seth
Rollins,
Rollins,
bitch.
bitch.
Your nickname is B for bitch.
Baron Corbin's a bitch too. Hi, come at me, bro.
Get around.
What?
Say goodbye.
Bye.
It's not goodbye.
Bye, bitches.
I need a sincere.
She has
Okay.
drank this whole bottle of
the
wine,
year.
Andrew.
Bitch, bye.
Goodbye.
That's not good enough either.
What do you want?
Good
I
night,
said
Kathy.
goodbye 4 different ways. Okay, goodbye, Kathy Brown.
That's good.
Good night, everybody.
Bye.
Peace out, bitches.
Love you.